we now reassemble the coterie. 1 week hence, back in Evelyn's apartment. Secure in the fact that Curtis had given them their legitimacy within the city. We join our scene there, discussing what they're going to do next. And we will go over what they had done in that past week as you guys bring it up. I'm just going to use the restroom very quickly. I apologize.
All right, well, Bit's sitting on the couch with her lappy toppy, click-clacking away.
Sorry, I was just double checking a thing. It might be important later, so.
Okay. It's a little important.
All right. So, Delia's actually sitting on, like, one of the other modern furnishings, also on a laptop, typing away. And it seems like, I guess, it's been kind of quiet in the apartment, and it might be appreciated, but we probably still have some things we would need to discuss.
Evelyn is actually probably sitting in that really big egg chair. There's only one, and she's in it, of course. And
well, that's Dad's chair.
It's Dad's chair. Like, you don't sit in Dad's seat, okay? And she's on her phone. I need a bat thing.
There you go.
Oh,
And she's trying to understand the nuances of the touch screen.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Eddie's kind of just like chilling in the dog bed with Daisy. Sort of like petting her. Just
Wait, did you curl up in the dog bed
Well, I mean,
with Daisy?
Daisy. This is the stand-in Daisy.
Who is purring loudly as if a
Daisy's
cat.
a dog. Eddie is kind of just like, no, he's kind of just like cross-legged, sitting like in the bed, and just sort of has Daisy on his lap as he's kind of just like chilling out, enjoying himself and Daisy's company together.
All right.
I'm not happy about it, but I'll agree to fucking kill some rats if it'll make you guys happy.
Well, I actually was thinking about
If that's how we gotta do it, then we'll do it.
Okay, well, not random, but I mean, that might not be what we have to do.
Yeah, I was
Oh, thank God. Oh,
yeah, I
Jesus.
was actually trying to come up with a way that didn't require us to mass murder an entire species that is rather abundant in New York. Because really, you could just make more rats, I suppose. And yes, you did seem a little uncomfortable with the entire idea, but
See, Daisy's very upset.
She doesn't like. Okay. Well, Daisy leaves.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why that destroyed us.
I know.
Daisy leaves in a huff.
Right. I mean, if we're trying to disrupt the network, there is some flaws in our original plan of mass species murder, and I admit that.
Okay, so then what sort of plan did we come up with?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh, well, Miss Priestley, our original arrangement when you hired me was, I mean, you were bankrolling. Are you trying to take selfies, Miss Priestley?
Sorry. I'm just trying to understand how this thing works.
I mean, you're doing pretty good so far.
Are you using filters?
Someone your age.
You might want to use a filter then.
What's the filter?
Do I have to show? Okay.
Yeah, just show her the filters.
Okay. See.
Ooh.
All right,
Black
but
and white. Yeah, just like you remember.
all right.
Oh my God.
Just
So
like-
as I was saying,
Sorry.
I was saying that originally my paycheck for you to have your own little mage for hire was so that you would be bankrolling my research. Yes. And while you roll your eyes the second I try and discuss it with you, there are some things I think that maybe
I try and legitimately understand the words that you say to me when it comes to the research.
I appreciate. She squints her eyes, trying to see if she's lying to her.
Evelyn just goes. She like kind of scoffs for just a second. She goes, "If you're asking me to fund your research, the answer is yes."
Well, you already are.
I mean, I'll continue to do so.
Okay. Yes. Well, actually, I wasn't asking you to do something. I was actually offering to do something for you, and she gestures to Bit. I think there's something that I've been kind of mulling over within the research that you have been funding that we could possibly look into further, that we could maybe use to solve our angel problem.
Oh.
I maybe mentioned it in passing, but I think if we were to maybe look into focusing on the beckoning in a way that we could maybe encourage or work in a way that maybe directs this beckoning towards people. It would be a way for us to remove certain elders from the city without ever getting our hands dirty and maybe staying on the right side of our new sheriff's law.
I mean, I guess to follow that up, I mean, I was, the whole favor thing.
Yeah, I don't prefer
I'm sorry,
to be
I
in debt.
accidentally took a picture of you while talking. It's unflattering. How do I delete it?
Oh, every picture of me is unflattering. Are you talking about Delia?
I mean, it kind of has both of you in it.
Oh, you can just crop me out.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
So you're saying you're trying to, you have a way to make Fernando
really
like
fast.
what, go off to Saudi Arabia or something?
Well, I don't have it yet. There's
It's
some
taken
things I
me 4
need
months.
to work on, but that is the idea, that they would remove themselves from the city and remove themselves from bothering Le Grand Papillon and everything he has planned without us ever having to really...
Eddie, I really like your hair, but I would love to be able to see. We're leaning in front of my egg chair. I wanted to be able to see her while she talked.
Eye contact's
To
important.
be fair, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, no, I appreciate this attention you're giving. This is probably the first time you've ever really cared about. All right, that's regardless. I think if I were to maybe, if you maybe were to increase this month my my funding a little bit to lubricate the situation, I think I could maybe push the research I was doing a little further, quicker.
How much do you need?
She's thinking if she wants to acquire certain books and stuff when she visits the Chantry, or bribery, that kind of thing. Not being the favored child of the Tremere here.
What is Evelyn's resources
Like
at?
4.
I have a small New York
Yeah, I have
apartment.
money.
She got much money.
At resources 4, enough to have a small New York apartment.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ow.
That's real for us?
Takes a point aggravated damage.
That's real for us. Resources 4, that's
I probably have enough.
money.
Yeah.
That's definitely liquidatable money as well.
How much do you need?
pulls out
Just
the
to
wallet.
Flexes, pulls out checkbook.
do you want me to message you how much you have like
Yeah,
available?
please do.
All right, I can tell you this is your like rainy day fund, emergencies.
God.
Now, if you use up this amount in one go, it
You'd
would be some
surprised.
in-game time before I would allow you to do such a feat again.
Okay.
But
Lose resources.
Wow.
Man, you asked for so much money. I went down to resources too.
Oh, and we're all sitting here looking at
that's
shame.
actually if you tried to do a similar like move financially speaking, you would end up losing
like if she wanted
dots
to buy
in
a
resources
company.
if you did it too many times.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense though.
Speaking of fun, did you ever get around to making a generous donation off to those
Well, I don't know, Eddie. I was basically asleep for a few days, but
You had a week.
Don't you have an accountant?
I do have an idea.
Why aren't they taking care of this for you?
Quick question. I'm assuming, yeah.
No, it got taken care of.
Okay. Just I wasn't sure.
So long as you wanted it to
Yes,
get taken
yeah,
care
yeah,
of.
she
If
would-
you wanted it to get
yes,
taken
she
care of,
would
it
wanna
was
get
taken
taken
care of.
Okay.
It's been taken care of, Eddie.
all right.
Now I don't have to go around the light. I can see you guys, and I can still be lit
Wow.
appropriately.
Oh,
Trying to see if. Damn it! All right, no, it's good.
an owl
It's too fast.
swivel.
I await your. Oh, okay. Great.
Damn.
Hey, you're not supposed to look.
Hey, what you looking at people's bank accounts for?
I'm curious.
Rude.
I mean, she is a harpy snooping.
The second you saw the bank,
I'm a harpy
the second you saw the
Nosferatu.
bank app open,
I was like,
How much would you reasonably need?
Well, would you be able to set up some kind of tab, and then if I do run into, if I could do it without having to pass money, that'd be great. But I haven't really been to the.
How about
Chantry
I
in a
just
while.
give you a set amount, and if you need more, you can request more.
Okay,
Get you started.
that's fair. Yeah.
How does $100,000 sound?
Damn, right, bro?
So when I asked you for a raise a few weeks ago, and you said that no. Another time. I'm sorry. It's just wow. That would.
Do you want the $100,000 or
yes,
not?
Yes. I'll do something wonderful with it.
Great.
All
I'm
right.
going to.
Then I mean, like, that works because I was gonna call in a favor from you anyways. So
Well, was it the same thing I'm doing, or can I do something better?
no, listen, taking care of the Angel family and Fernando is definitely at the top of my list right now. I mean, I feel like he's not really helpful to any of us.
I mean, considering how much influence one family has on an entire city, I think a lot of people wouldn't be terribly upset if it were to be at least dispersed, you know, and nothing violent, just dispersed.
yeah, just vex them. You know?
So you're pretty sure like this beckoning thing's like guaranteed to work?
Oh, no. Nothing's really guaranteed in science. It's just more of a hypothesis, and I think that if I were able to look into it further and I had the resources to do
You
so,
definitely have the resources.
well, there we go. It's a possibility, and
Well, let's see what happened over that last week when Delia was researching this.
Right. Actually, I have a quick question about the apartment.
Okay.
A safe room in this apartment. Is there not? Like, I would think since it was the prince's old, like, did he have like? Is there a safe? A panic room?
Not like a
attacks.
full-fledged panic room, but the safer portions of the house. Like this has definitely been reinforced a little bit, but it doesn't have one of those like get in the room,
Yeah, get in
close
the
the
room,
door, and then you have cameras all over. No, it's not like the
Could I-
panic room movie.
Could I get one?
If you wanted to expend resources to do so, that is a possibility. It wouldn't have been done in a week if you want to say it happened over the,
No,
over
yeah,
the
I
week
would
break,
definitely.
over the week time jump. No.
I like your additional mindset towards security.
Um,
I actually
Are
appreciate
you
it.
saying the
After
homeless
all, what
people
this
aren't doing a
apartment's
good
been
enough
through,
job?
Jesus.
But we
Unless
can
we use the homeless people to line our walls for an extra barricade.
during character advancement with XP and stuff like that, we can discuss investing time in upgrading your haven so that you have a panic room.
Great.
That is doable. Very doable.
Fireproof.
We will discuss this. It's something I will look into.
Yeah, fireproof.
Fireproof,
Being a
please,
very
please.
Yeah, please.
Fire retardant
Yeah.
materials.
I understand that we had briefly spoken about favors and things that you need. But do you, Evelyn thinks how to phrase this. Would you like somewhere that is not the subway to stay?
Are you asking me to move in? Because I think it's a little soon.
Well, not in my home. But like if you want to move in to another possible available tenant apartment.
Oh, like me. Right? Yeah. So when you can't stand us anymore, you could still go downstairs and you could just storm away.
You see, the reason I'm in the subway tunnels is
Well,
one-
not that you have to leave that. It's just you can also have a nice, not subway apartment. I figured it would be nice to kind of have us a little bit more closer and communal. We've been through a lot, so I figured.
Okay. I mean, it would be nice to have a place with AC, you know?
Yes, it has heating and heated floors.
Wow. I mean, not like that really matters to me, but the computers, they'll overheat. And, you know, that's kind of important. Hey, listen,
You control the thermostat. It's your apartment.
Listen, I took a little peek at your bank account.
She would hurt
You can
us.
afford
if she
it.
touched
That's my rainy day money.
So, I mean, hey, have at it.
We asked
Set
for
me
rates
up.
2 times.
This would be another situation where you would have a living space there. There's enough communal haven that you guys could have like portions of this building
I figured.
for you.
Oh my god.
Like that's not breaking the rules really, and you would benefit from certain elements of that communal haven.
Evelyn is also just trying to, be nice.
But if you wanted to have any kind of investment in making this haven as elaborate as the one you have in Worth Street, we would need to discuss using XP for that.
Oh, okay. And that.
But I can give her the space.
You can give her the space. Yeah,
Cool.
like I said, the communal haven points that you guys put in together is enough. Like, the domain that you've claimed is big enough, and you have enough control over this one building that, yeah, you can make room for people.
Great.
And I mean, it would make sense because now Bit is.
You know, there's there's even an apartment for Daniel. Oh.
Okay,
I
listen.
didn't ask for that.
Yeah, we got like half the.
We had to drink.
I came here to have a
Okay,
good time.
okay.
I'm gonna let
feeling
you,
very
Unless
nice.
you have. Like,
I'm gonna let
your
you
gold
think
or
about that for a little bit while I.
Well, welcome to the apartment, Bit.
You can have Daniel's space.
He's got Daniel's
For that
family.
later, though.
One just
That-
opened
that
up.
confuses me.
Ah!
Actually, you.
Yeah, if you want to heal.
We'll cover that week gap.
Cool.
But first, what Delia researched during the week-long time that she had.
Did I give the money before the week, or
Yeah, I got confused a little bit. I thought we
The
were
money
doing
to
this
go
and
to the
then-
chantry
Yeah.
was
or research or whatever? I call it
Yeah.
Delia's research fund. That
Okay.
amount that I said.
that was
would be-
organized present
Cool.
time.
Got it.
During that week beforehand, you came up with this idea
Okay.
because of the package you sent.
Yes.
And you did it first day post. Yeah. And you got it back overnight. So there was all of 2 days before you got this research back. You received a package from Fox. In it were 2 hard drives and a note saying that these are the files that he had compiled concerning specifically the beckoning. You mentioned it in your letter. The phenomena is intriguing, but it currently doesn't relate directly to his research. But the information has come across his desk. So if you want, comb through it and just be forthcoming with whatever you put together. And you find there are 2 1 terabyte drives, and there's 2 terabytes of scan.
Oh, like information from books that maybe.
Book scans, as well as accounts and interviews with individuals being affected by it directly, or individuals who have experienced someone near to them feeling the beckoning, feeling that call. So, I'll drop this down a little bit because I feel like it's up my nose. There we go. All right.
Also, Evelyn has been like spamming the group chat with photos because she doesn't really know like that's not how it goes down. Like
They are quality.
We probably need to have the talk with her about how to.
Oh, these are getting shared.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Cursed.
it's low angle, but also blurry.
And the shine on the glasses just
The Melvin shine.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel like my mom.
Oh my god.
Okay, and getting back to the intriguing research that was done over the past week, I need you to make a
Ooh, I'm excited.
Is this for specifically
This is
getting
intelligence
information
occult.
from the? Okay.
Oh well.
This is specifically research. Do you have a specialty in research at all? Through academics or
Yes, actually, I do. I
All
have
right,
academics research.
I'll let this specialty kind of cross over.
Okay, so I add that.
Add 1 die.
1 die. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. So I'm gonna re-roll these 3.
She's trying to learn.
So is Delia.
Did you use a willpower
That is
point?
cock. Yes.
Wow.
No, this is my jam. Damn it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total successes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Work.
James, give me soda.
Oh no.
Well, accessing these files. This is what has given you the idea that you might be able to weaponize the beckoning. It seems to affect elders who are several generations away from the current ilk of vampire, of kindred. Being a scientist yourself, you don't put much stock in... You've heard of the Nodist theories, but especially coming from House Gortrix, you've heard these theories. You're not a huge proponent of them, though. So using the term 7th generation, implying that somebody's 7 generations from Cain.
Usually Delia says source, much
source.
to the disgruntlement of her peers.
I like that. You find that those of the 7th generation have felt it most strongly lately. 6th generation from the source feels an almost inescapable pull. They have not even been able to fight, and as far as Fox's research shows, there are none left in the United States.
No 6th gen?
6th generation is not. They're gone.
Oof.
They've left. They have been called elsewhere, and those that actually informed others of where they were going, they were vague, and they just said east.
Not at all creepy.
Only super creepy.
Only super creepy.
Do we know what generation Fernando is?
He's old.
He's old. I mean, like, my sire is, like, pretty old.
And knowing a vampire's specific generation involves getting their blood and performing certain rituals on it.
Right.
I mean, I think the only one that I actually would know would be, like, I think you actually told me Legrand.
Well, yeah, because if we know where, like,
You have a general idea of where you are, so
Yeah.
if you are directly related to a vampire,
Yeah.
you know how
I'm pretty
far
sure
away they
he's
are.
like 9.
probably.
He's
Yeah,
probably
like
9th.
Yeah,
Wait,
probably 9th or 8th.
Because
I
we're all
remember.
11.
At least from when you were created,
Yeah.
because that is
'Cause
another
we're
thing.
11th.
Generations speaking wise, this is also another thing that you're aware, you've known of this, but a vampire can get closer to the source by consuming those above. Eat the rich, as it were.
Cute.
Anyway,
Oh.
Is that guillotine?
the beckoning in and of itself, though, seems to be a function of some kind of metaphysical connection within the blood of kindred, and there is something within the blood, an unidentifiable factor that seems to resonate with this frequency, and the frequency may be intensifying, and thus those
That's why it's calling to other generations.
as it's moving down, it's more this factor, this element within the blood, within Vitae, is stronger in the older. Well, you can be old and still be a low generation. You can be older and be a high
it's a potency
generation.
kind of situation. It's
You're
more...
not 100% sure. but you do know blood. The potency of one's blood also affects it. So generation from the source, as well as the potency of one's blood, the thickness of one's blood, both are a factor in how strong a kindred feels the call.
God, I can't believe you guys kept on calling Gregory Greg. This alone is a reminder of how easy it would have been for him to like
Destroy
soda
it.
can crush her
Obliterate.
face. Okay,
Well,
continue.
you bring up
He
something
could've-
relevant to me.
Zamitzi
I
have
have
been
an
known
idea.
to slap people and instantly make a
cool.
Picasso out of their face
Yeah.
via flesh crafting.
Yes.
Speaking
Man.
of that,
All right. So did I get anything else from the 6 successes?
The frequency might be replicatable. That's why
Okay.
you have the beckoning idea.
I need an engineer.
It's not that kind of frequency.
Wait, would this fall under the purview of psychoenergetics?
Yes, it would.
I'm good. I'm fine. Okay.
That was the spark that led
Okay.
to this conversation
Okay.
that happened. Evelyn didn't have to worry about filling an empty apartment, because a few days after
I'm just gonna preemptively take off my glasses.
the incident with the Scourge, Daniel made contact.
I'm sorry, I just touched the mic.
It was via text, saying that he would see you, that he would hopefully be returning soon.
Can I actually, because she's actually been practicing, can I text him back?
The message, the initial text was, apologies for being lax in his duties.
No. Oh, Daniel, baby, no.
No, Daniel.
He just recently was able to slip his jailers.
Oh. Are you okay?
No.
Okay, should I actually be texting these two?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a one. This is a
Okay.
this is a one-to-one back and forth.
So it was like, are you okay? He said.
He said, no. And the last message you get back is, like, no matter how much you've messaged him after this,
Yeah.
the last message you got back was, I know.
Oh boy.
Oh, Daniel.
And I'll see you soon.
Was there like an emoji or something?
There was a black heart emoji.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
God. All right. Cool. I'm
Then
cool with
everything's
that.
fine.
It's fine.
Oh, Daniel.
All right. Is this still all right? You said you.
So now you
had-
can get back to.
No. Did you need to do something at a game? You said.
Well,
Or
no,
is-
no, for like during the week.
Yeah, during the week.
Yeah, the time jump. I was going to be doing it more organically as
Oh,
the
okay.
topics were
Oh.
brought
I
up
thought
in
we
your
were- okay.
conversation.
Oh, okay.
I was going to flash
Okay.
back to what you did to get to the point where you're
Okay.
at.
Got it.
All right.
2 seconds. You can continue.
All right.
Do we? All right. Did Evelyn share the thing about Daniel?
I was just about to share the thing with you.
Okay,
So I got a text message.
Are you just giving your number out to people?
No, it's from Daniel.
Oh.
He's okay. Well, he's not. I mean, he's alive,
Okay.
but he's not okay.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
But he
But also bad.
but he apologized for slacking on his duties. He's too good for this world. And he said, the last text message he said, he knows.
Oh.
He slipped from, you said he slipped from his jailers? That's what, like,
Yes.
he,
Oh.
yes.
Oh.
I,
Wait, So does that mean he got? What the fuck would he have gotten away from the Scourge?
No, I think the Scourge held Daniel captive, or people who worked with. It's possible. Miss Priestley, before we interact with him again, we need to make sure he wasn't
I know.
influenced or ghouled or
That is
bugged
true.
or a litany of things. Because if someone was holding your personal human hostage, then
Yes, I thought about that as well. I'm honestly just quite thankful that he is still breathing.
But he knows.
But he knows.
I mean, was he...
No, he didn't know anything. He just thought I was a very eccentric fashion designer, which technically that's not a lie.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, also
I'm
you're...
dead, and I've been dead for like
a long time.
a couple of, just like 7 years.
So...
I don't think I could erase his memory for that long of a period. It's been way too long. What are you going to do about the breach?
Well, we need to figure out what his state is.
He needs to be scrubbed.
I mean, can you like track him?
Whether he's even human anymore.
Ooh, that's... Yeah.
That's honestly the first thing that I thought, is that there is a possibility that he could have been embraced. He could be a ghoul. He could be...
Well, if you get me a bit of his blood, I could tell you all of that. But I think Bit would be a little bit more qualified to make sure there aren't bugs of a more technological nature.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give me your phone, I could...
So don't look at my bank account. That was so rude.
I just glanced at it. Listen, that's my job. It's my job to know things. And it was like, I was helping you...
Use the bank on her phone. You know.
Yeah, me too.
She closes she does the swipe up and closes all programs.
It's like, that means nothing to me. Yeah, I mean, like, I could do... Just make sure, there's no, like, sound recording.
Oh, no, I meant like if we actually encounter Daniel in person, because I would need in-person type sampling of blood to know if he's ghouled or anything. I meant like if they let him go, they could have easily just bugged his person.
No, he said he's scared.
Yeah, I know, but he was also dumb enough to be caught the first time. So really,
I mean, he wasn't dumb. We didn't know that the Scourge was after
I'm sorry.
us.
I apologize. I should not have spoken down to your not ghoul. My point is that like, it could have easily been something where they allowed him to think he escaped because they knew that he would come back to you, and then therefore, I know, this is an adorable, like, I'm glad I don't have a low-cut shirt because I do a lot of this now. My point is that, like, sending him back, they know he would probably make contact with you, and that would be a very easy way to get information off of you.
Yes, but there's no reason for the Scourge. To be fair, there is no more reason for the Scourge to come after us anymore. We've been cleared by the sheriff.
That's a very simple mindset, though.
The Scourge is absolutely, it seems, unhinged. So, like, they could totally just, like, decide, hey, like, I'm bored.
Let's also consider the currency of our lives is secrets. Just because they don't want to kill us right now doesn't mean they wouldn't want to have the appropriate ammunition to kill us another time.
And
You're too trusting, Miss Priestley. If anything, we've learned, and you cannot trust anything. So maybe be a little more careful when you open your arms to your human.
Well, should I not have trusted you with that $100,000?
Oh, shit.
Really? You really want to do this? That's fine. You know what? Maybe I will keep the information about removing the elders to myself.
I'm not a part of this. I want to know. Tell me.
Julia makes an effort of pulling her phone up, looking at Bit, and just being like, sends a text message just to Bit. While looking at Evelyn.
Evelyn's not paying attention.
Everyone's like,
whatever.
It's like, okay.
Did you not want my help, or?
Oh, I apologize. I mean, right now I'm not necessarily sure. Well, I mean, if someone doesn't tell me something, would you be willing to rough them up for me?
I guess. I don't know.
mean, hey, Eddie, do you want me to call in a favor for you? Make this a group project. I feel like you're feeling a little left out.
No, I can cooperate. I mean, I just don't.
I mean, now that we're not killing rats, are you on board?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We did specifically nix that out. You seem very uncomfortable with it. We really wanted to. That was a little.
That was. Yeah, that might have been really.
Rats hate me as it is. I shouldn't add to the tab.
Awkward.
I know.
It feels different once you realize you can have a conversation with them, you know?
With that said, there was things I could have learned if I actually were able to speak to them. Wait, Eddie, while I research things, can you still speak to them? If they're in distress, would they still be able to communicate? What kind of detail can you get from them when you speak to them?
Not much.
Because that would revolutionize animal testing if you could actually get feedback from your subjects.
Okay, whoa, this got weird.
I mean,
I'm fine with that.
I mean, can't you find
that's
someone
like
else
the angel
that can talk to
families
rats to do
thing,
that
and
for?
it's just
I mean,
like.
look,
To be fair, you asked if you could help
Weird,
with something.
I
was
I mean, no offense, like I don't want to help you with your animal testing. It's kind of fucking mean to them.
I mean, you're just having a conversation, I guess. So.
Eddie,
Yeah, you're not doing anything to them, and if anything, you could tell me if they're
I don't
hurting
want to hear
somewhere.
them complaining.
Well, then that just seems selfish of you.
Oh no! Now
you
you're
can't
calling me
speak
the
to them
selfish
all
one.
the time. You have to.
It
focus.
takes it takes effort.
Exactly. So if they're squeaking, you don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, and
you
if
just
you got like
do what she needs to
200
do.
rats or something, like I can't listen to all of them.
Wow. Well, this was not what I had in mind.
Okay,
when I called on a favor.
yeah. No, just forget the rats. Just we'll help you do your thing.
Do you even owe me a favor? Is that even?
Well, we all kind of owe you to the
You
extent
did
that
let us go into your coterie and we drank all your blood. So.
Well, you helped me stab a man through the chest.
Yeah,
so
I mean
that's a big one.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
That doesn't happen every day.
I know. I've never done that before.
Me neither. Surprising.
I might have.
It's
I
like
don't know.
there's like this
I don't know. Maybe
awkward
I've
like
tested
we're
it.
both sitting there in the chair like
Eddie and Julia were just like, we're not a part of this. I've never done conversation.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, what I was saying is, like, the whole thing with your sire. I mean, you might not owe me a favor, but I'm willing to, trade.
Oh right, yeah. If you help me with that, then yeah, I'll do whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
because
like being a harpy and like my job
I
is
would
knowing
absolutely
stuff.
love to find
Well-
out where the fuck she is.
Because Eddie found some interesting information out
That's right.
during
Oh, did
his
I?
week.
Oh, did I?
That was adorable.
During his week of personal efforts.
Okay.
Knowing stuff.
Was Eddie searching during his week?
He was searching, but he wasn't actually searching necessarily for his sire because he was kind of interested to see if he could find if he could try to track down Grigori in the village. He was curious if he could use any of his criminal contacts to see a dark giant brooding man guy.
In the village? You'd never find one. Impossible. They don't exist there. Weird, freaky looking people that
With long hair.
would stand out in any other
Piercing, like-
location? Never.
Roasted.
Let's see. Manipulation,
Okay.
streetwise. And you have a specialty in that.
For dealers.
No, that's not applying here.
Yeah, I figured.
Let's see what you get.
Anything for criminal contacts or nah? Just a...
That's what's allowing you to make
Oh,
this
okay.
roll.
Alrighty.
That is going to flavor.
I'm gonna use willpower.
Plus your criminal contacts are those dealers.
Yeah. So we roll 1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
Okay.
good return.
4 successes.
ooh, I heard that.
Stop flush crafting over there and fucking.
I'm getting into character for Grigori.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Stop.
no!
Oh, I'm calling the police.
All right, here we go. My bones have been adjusted. Your contacts were rather helpful. Because even in the village, Grigori has a way of standing out. And he had been torpid for how long? 20 years almost?
Yeah.
A lot has changed since when he was walking around New York. He's curious. He's been walking around asking questions about historic events, asking what happened to the Village Voice. He can't find it anymore. That seemed to wound him the most. But you were able to run into him.
Is he just asking this around to like humans or other kindred? Anyone?
Going to bars. His face has changed. The more extravagant bone adornments have been reduced. You can still see flavors of them, but they look more like subdermals than they do actual flesh-breaching bone craft. And you were able to spend a night talking to Grigori. We're not going to do the full role play of it. It might take a little bit to do it that way. But I'll give you a general sum up of the conversation.
Yeah.
And you can ask a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 successes?
Yeah.
I'll let you ask 3 questions of specific information that you might want from him.
Like a genie.
Okay.
Ask your questions 3.
Do you still feel this pull inside of you? Something that seems to feel like compel you to go out east?
In that small chunk of conversation you have with him, yes, he does still feel it. He plans to go still. You find out that he's doing it out of a sense of honor, in a way. It feels the same to complete and follow this beckoning. It feels akin to completing your word, a promise given and a promise answered.
Okay, Eddie can respect that.
But it feels like a promise he never made. But the completion of this feels akin to that.
Okay.
Next.
Was Grigori on the side of the Sabbat during the Battle of New York?
Very much so. He's Zimitsi.
Okay.
I won't even count that as a question.
Yeah, no. I was just Kevin is trying to remember. Okay.
Absolutely. Zimitsi are almost entirely and firmly within the Sabbat.
Since then, the Sabbat,
the
Zimitsi have kind of been cleared
since
out
the
of
dissolution.
the
Many Zimitsi were hunted down by the Second Inquisition during the leak period.
Okay, right. Okay.
Second question.
Yep. Has Curtis gotten in touch with you at all, or even the Prince, maybe?
He chuckled a bit when you brought up the Curtis. He spoke of him as a newfound friend in a way, even saying something to the tune of, if I had known that the Camarilla had people like him, he might have been less apt to follow the Sabbat. He had always been following the Sabbat out of this deep need to follow in Cain's footsteps and, stop the coming Gehenna. But as he's seen the timeline, he's not so much on board with that interpretation anymore. And maybe if he had talked to those individuals and different people and not been so isolated within the Sabbat, maybe he would have different opinion these days. Maybe he would have been on a different path.
Eddie can also relate to this. Okay, and final question is...
Mood.
Eddie will remember this.
What happened to you after the what happened to you at the Elysium? Like, why did you were you staked again? Like, what happened at Elysium?
Oh, he wasn't staked.
Oh, he wasn't. Wait, he wasn't staked?
He was, but he was not.
Wait, what?
There was a stake in his chest. Yes. But the Tzimisce are known for their ability to manipulate the flesh.
Oh, that's clever.
He can just move his heart.
And on top of that, make
Or
his
just have
skin
a
seem
fake-
as though it were
Fake stake.
desiccating and wrinkling. And
Fair
Oh,
enough.
so he was never.
Oh, I'm
The
going
best
to remember that
FX
for
artist
the night
ever.
in question.
Yeah.
he
There's a Tzimisce that can do that.
shriveled down himself. He made himself a shadow of his former self and took a rest and placed a stake in his chest where his heart normally would be. He even let slip that his heart hasn't been there for a long time.
Deep. That's also sad.
He has one final addition for you. As you're getting ready to leave, as you know, the sun is about to come up, and it's about time for both of you to find your respective havens for the night. He claps a hand on your shoulder in brotherly solidarity. He leans in and he says, I see a lot of her in you.
My heart, my soul.
I know that might be not exactly what you are hoping to hear, but the good parts. I hope you find her, being that she is so near. And then he walked away.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Damn it, Gregory.
Chases him into sunset. No, sunrise.
Oh.
Senpai, please don't leave me. I'm so thirsty.
Oh.
And that was your week.
Oh, the feels.
Oh,
Dislike.
Yeah.
that was a great way to spend
Sad
your
react
week.
only.
Cry.
Yeah, the rest of the week crying, with holding Daisy.
Emotional support animal, please.
Eddie, you're now a cheetah.
Oh, Daisy is the emotional support doggo.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cheetahs are naturally nervous animals, so zoos actually give them emotional support dogs.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
very
Nice,
good.
very
In
nice.
zoos.
Yeah.
Very cute. Very cute.
So, back to Bit bringing up looking for Eddie's sire. She might be able to do something for him in that regard.
I have a feeling she's closer than I thought she'd be. So
Oh.
I have the feeling that you'll have a good chance of finding something out that I just can't seem to find.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am a harpy, and I do have the internet.
I use the internet too, just not as much as you do, I'm sure.
You still have a flip phone. Don't even talk to me about that.
Okay, well, I mean,
Even-
I live with her, so I
Miss
mean,
Priestley
like,
has
I mean,
a
I don't
touch-
have a flip phone. I have a
We upgraded you.
Galaxy
Don't worry
S9.
yourself. See?
XO.
But can you do this?
It's like clearly too
But
big
can
for
you
my
do this?
hands.
Oh my god.
No, you don't get that satisfaction.
That physically hurts me. Stop. Stop it.
There's magnets on that.
I know.
As he rubs his
I think
phone
what's
all over
he
it.
rests his phone on the magnets.
There you go.
Well.
I'm just sitting here like,
Okay.
it's like watching a toddler try to do the knife trick.
Fuck off.
From Alien.
Oof. But okay. Well, knowing that she's close can help me out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like you're like having to like search out another states or something. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would assume out of this country, but now that I know she's closer,
Mm-hmm.
helps me.
Yeah, and then just just let me know what you need,
Yeah, but
because you've been good, right? Not planning on getting put in torpor anytime soon.
Jesus, Eddie.
No.
Wow.
I will not make
subtle.
an agreeable arrangement with the prince to do that again.
You'll try
Sounds
not
good.
to fist somebody in the middle of almost Elysium. Not on the list for the week.
No, I think we're.
Like,
You guys, are you full on your quota of? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say we're good. We're good.
I think
Sounds
honestly,
good.
like, does Eddie share like the news about his sire with everybody, or just kind of like Bit?
Or like meeting with Gregorian.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like, all in
Would
all,
he tell Evelyn any of that, or like?
I mean, yeah, it didn't seem like there was like too much worth sharing. Like there was nothing too. I mean, there was nothing like too to Eddie. There wasn't anything too super big to reveal to
Except
anyone.
for the fact that she's close and that.
Well, but that's for me.
Okay.
That's
True,
that's for
Evelyn
me,
hasn't really
though.
had much of an interest in Eddie's sires, I think is what you're trying to say?
I guess.
Or
I mean, like,
Not really,
discussed
it was
that
more
with.
like-
Just
Yeah.
discussing that with Bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Bit and Evelyn have their. Evelyn was the first one. Bit really was like, hey, you owe me a favor. And Evelyn's
Yeah.
like, you right.
Reader's Digest, that's what you guys missed.
Yeah. But for Eddie, it's like kind of a favor for a favor. You're
Yeah.
if you're gonna help us sort of vex the angel family.
Oh yeah.
You're very vexing. So like. I think,
Speaking of vexing the angel family,
Thank you.
what was it that Bit was doing in her week-long downtime? Was she building a foundation for what she would want to do with the angel family, or
Essentially, she was sort of just like building her online network of information and contacts and Daisy's back.
Yay!
Okay. And just
Healed.
like
Healed.
figuring out the whole harpy thing, but not having to be a harpy like Alice's version of a harpy, being Bit's version of a harpy, which is a little more behind the computer screen.
okay?
But just so, like research, but not Delia's kind of research, but Bit's kind of research.
Okay,
The
I will
non-scientific
allow
kind.
you to make a wits and politics check, and then a wits technology check.
Okay.
You have any
Sorry, I'd-
specialties in
I'd,
either of those?
I would lend you my specialty, but I can't.
Please. I mean, thank God I put that extra dot in fucking politics. Oof. Big oof.
By the way, your hungers are all set to 1, so remember that.
Okay, yeah,
the
I only have
purposes.
1.
Just making sure. Yep.
Hey.
So like, what'd you get?
Okay, I'm gonna use a willpower,
Ooh.
I like that we all use willpower on our research week.
I mean,
Because
I feel
it's
like it's
like-
appropriate.
Yeah,
Except
no,
for me,
we're fucking
apparently.
mean business. Oh, she's been purring so loud
Okay.
that we all at the table can hear her from here. Like,
It's
2
very
successes
yeah.
2 successes.
for the
Okay.
politics.
And that's politics. Now, technology, because you're using...
Wow, so rude.
At least you're rolling into the bin that she can't knock over your dice. Oh my
true.
god. Hurt. cozy face right now is directly
2,
on
3.
screen. Oh, sleepy face. Sorry.
Okay, so 3 for that one.
3 for that
Sure,
one.
might, like, move my
Okay.
face. I just wanted to make sure you could see her.
Bit got to work establishing her version of a Harpies network. Now, Harpies network usually involves schmoozing, going out for drinks, and finding out the fashion or finding out the current trends amongst the kindred.
Of course.
You know, people, vapid people who think that stuff's important. But it's all with the same goal at the end. It's being able to easily interact with people and get their information. With the Camaria's rules on internet presence, that has become harder to do over the years, especially since the institution of the revised and amended first tradition, the Masquerade. But Bit's gotten good at finding back doors and finding those that aren't 100% behind this interpretation of the Masquerade. Those who try and walk around the outside of that rule, whether it's through proxies or having accounts that are just straight up dummy accounts, proxy accounts, having a person that manages their internet for them.
Wow.
Ghouls, those kinds of things. There's ways for vampires to get on the internet, even though the Masquerade in and of itself forbids a vampire from having online presence. And Bits kind of tapped into that. Took a little bit of doing. It's not as easy as it was back in the days of ShrekNet. And
What?
was Bit even there? When was Bit embraced again?
Like,
What's her death date?
what is, I don't know, it's here.
You didn't write that down.
I didn't.
So you said you were embraced at 18.
You
You've
said
been
you were,
alive
like,
for
30.
30.
Yeah. So like 2003.
Ooh. You
Oh, yeah, that was right at the
were
rise.
not. You know what? As a Nosferatu, you were introduced to ShrekNet in its final days.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh man.
Rest in peace, Shrek.
yeah.
You were there for a small snippet of time.
Enough to know what you're missing out on now.
No.
But you saw it get torn down because it got infiltrated.
Mm.
And several individuals were ended by the Second Inquisition before the inner circle deemed it too dangerous to uphold, and the network was shut down. So it hasn't been since the days of ShrekNet that you were able to access vampiric information the same way you do on the internet. Now it's more through dark web / social media trolling. In a way, it's evolved.
Beautiful.
In that,
You troll.
Yeah.
in that meme-laden miasma of interaction, you've been able to piece together several big events that have been happening throughout the city. You've found out that Malkavians have been becoming a little bit more active. That they feel Curtis, and this says a lot because this is coming from those who are themselves considered unhinged. They consider Curtis to be too much of an unpredictable element, and that he is too volatile for his position.
Malkavians are saying this?
Yeah.
Oof.
Wow. Wow.
Yikes.
All right, guys.
Specifically, one or two vampires who claim that Declan himself has said that.
Talking shit.
That is the Malkavian primogen. You've also found that Clen Tremiere, who previously had held such a close relationship with the Ventru, have actually cut ties and have taken up a rather neutral stance concerning the city. The Chantry has stuck its nose in its books, finding their current situation to be far more dire and important to them as a clan than this petty drama going on amongst the city's not so elders.
Tell me about it, my god.
And finally, you've found out about the freak car accident that caused a blackout in Manhattan.
Oh.
A car struck a pole, and then 2 blocks over from the striking of the pole, it unseated a cable, which caused an overload in one of the power lines.
Ah, that's definitely what happened.
Wild.
Yes.
And
Nicely woven.
Crazy fight Friday night, guys.
causing another accident
Another
in the area due to the blackout itself.
Oh no, baby.
That second car, I mean. Yeah, I remember that.
And that's all you find. Even though you do find on a They're Out There style website, a webzine of sorts, a couple of blurry cell phone pictures showing it's blurry, but it's also hard singular light from the arcing cable that had been torn loose. But you can definitely see bright, overexposed figures dancing in it. And the reflections of this light on metal. Flashes of it. Woman in a white dress and a man off his feet flying backwards. But all so fast and blurry, and it's like the moment of light from the spark of the electrical cable is like an after image.
Actually, it would be backwards. The moment the
Oh yeah, it was a high enough flash moment that it created a freeze frame.
An outline, and then as everything moved after, as he's getting kicked backward, you would then get that shutter drag of.
It was a pixel stick.
Yeah. Yes. Yo-yo wields a
okay,
pixel stick.
Wow.
It looks like a strange blur, but if you know what you're looking for, you can see the body flying backwards through the image, and you can see this banshee-esque figure wielding an axe flowing through, but to the untrained eye, it just looks like a bunch of blurry
questionable.
It would be called artifacting in the photography world.
Right. But like you couldn't tell who they are.
Well, people are convinced that they know who it is, and that they're talking about some people are saying it's superheroes.
Okay.
That they actually do exist.
So, but they don't know it's like they're
some people are saying
the famous fashion designer.
No. Oh, absolutely
Oh,
not.
absolutely not.
There's
wearing
in a shift.
there's
with an axe.
Yeah, like Questionable.
Get that
But they can't
15
even
out
see
of
it's an
you.
axe, and there's people who have claimed that there are a few people that have claimed that it's vampires, and they get laughed at the hardest really at this point, because they're like, "What the hell does this
What a
have to do?"
loser! It's not vampires.
Big old chat,
Obviously-
like,
It's
obvious-
obviously aliens. Let's go.
Yeah, obviously this is what happens
Oh.
when
What was that?
when you are teleported up off a planet.
Yeah.
In this moment, the disruption of the EMP shattered the electrical systems in the area. As
Actually legit,
they
yeah,
were
uh-huh.
dematerialized off of the face of the planet up to the awaiting ship.
That's
not
right.
okay.
Absolutely.
I'm not okay.
Convinced.
I am so delighted. I should excuse myself.
All right.
Nice.
Well, okay. Well, good to know that at least they didn't break the masquerade entirely.
Entirely is a key word.
Like
there.
they didn't like straight up be like
This is one of those.
vampires exist. Everybody panic. But,
This is one of
like,
those open for interpretation things. Just because you didn't get caught doesn't mean the masquerade wasn't broken by somebody's opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, breaking the masquerade also involves doing things that might break the masquerade. Just because you got lucky doesn't mean that all of a
didn't.
sudden you are not guilty of breaking it.
Great.
But,
I mean, to be fair, the Scourge was also breaking the masquerade because who just goes around New York City throwing axes?
That's true. And it was not
Scourge is
Halloween.
actually one of those rare occasions where they control unilateral power, and if they believe something is necessary within the bounds, so they're one of the few people that, so long as they don't get caught, they're clean.
Yeah, that doesn't extend to us.
You kind of got wrapped up in that immunity.
Oh.
You got
I would
caught
hope
up in
so,
the
because,
fact
like,
that it was a Scourge action, and you were just defending yourselves, and it would be the Scourge that did this. And because nobody got caught, it's not an entirely actionable breach of the masquerade.
All right. Well.
But it's still a demerit on your record.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did she find anything else?
That's pretty much the since you were laying the groundwork, that's what you got.
Okay. And that was for both the political and technology role?
That was both of them together, yes.
Okay.
Notice there was vampiric stuff and technological stuff in that role.
I see. I see you.
Use the bathroom again.
Yay,
colitis!
Can we all talk about the things now?
Yes.
discuss things amongst each other.
Cool. Cool.
Well, I'm gonna. I definitely show you guys the pictures on the website, and yeah. So this right here. That's you, Miss Priestley. I mean, no, but like, see, most people think you're a superhero, which personally, I think,
I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
take it as a
fine.
compliment. Like, pretty freaking cool.
I mean, I remember when the first issue of Superman came out.
Oh
I was
wow,
alive for that.
Jesus Christ!
My,
Yeah,
I like Spawn.
Who?
Spawn.
I was way after
Wait,
my
what does
time.
Spawn look like? Who's Spawn?
Who is Spawn?
Oh, I know Spawn. I know Spawn. Yeah,
yeah, you know, yeah.
yeah.
He's one of my
Listen, I
favorites.
only have the originals like Spider-Man.
She doesn't look like
and
Spawn.
Okay.
Superman.
I'm just saying I like
Well,
Spawn.
okay, we'll
Wonder
let it.
Woman. And...
We'll let it slide, Miss Priestley, because they're calling you a superhero on the internet. Well, they don't know it's you.
I mean, I think. What did I think? I did one of them say the fellow aliens.
Yeah, aliens is another big one. So
I mean, you guys kind of bat your eyes at it, but a lot of the fringe sciences have actually been proven as completely valuable.
so there are aliens.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, there are facilities within the U.S. government that are completely open about studying it.
Like
That are, like, you could Google it right now.
Oh my God.
That Area 51 place.
I don't
Is it
know if
real?
I don't think
well,
Is it
Area,
real?
Area
Faked.
51 does
Yeah,
exist,
I saw
but they
it on
don't say
television.
whether or not
Well,
that's what it's used
That's
for.
what they want
I
you to
mean,
think.
I'm gonna
The
agree
government
with
does
you,
lie a lot.
just because like
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I don't know. There's some fishy shit. Like when you think about it, like it'd be pretty easy to fake the moon landing, even in the '60s.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. I should say so.
I mean, but
don't
we'll
like
just
the
all
moon.
agree that it was real for Miss Priestley's sake, because we are in her apartment right now.
Yeah.
Let's only shatter certain amounts of dreams in a week. So, okay.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that the Easter Bunny isn't real.
Uh,
I mean, but you could talk to the Easter Bunny now if you ever find them.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I gotta hunt. I gotta track. Can you use like your blood magic to track down the Easter bunny?
If you get me the
Oh my
blood of
God.
the Easter bunny, yes, I can.
You-
And probably.
You gotta wait a few months.
Oh.
You gotta wait a few
William.
months.
Delia, no.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
jeez.
so
Okay, but anyways, yeah. So Malkavians are saying some shady shit about Curtis.
Like what?
Probably, you know that he's a liability. That he's a little too unpredictable. Which coming from Malkavians is like hilarious.
I mean, but not. Well, they're not wrong. Curtis as an is an
Yeah.
unknown element, and I this is not a damning of the very talented man, but he doesn't exactly share his plans with people. So yeah, he is very
I mean,
turbulent.
I know.
I mean,
I'm
yes,
aware.
he's probably
Yeah,
giving everybody up in a tizzy knowing the court.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand where the Malkavians are coming from. It's just, it kind of feels like an extra big stab considering their unfortunate stereotypes.
Yeah. So I mean, like at least Curtis is honest about it.
I mean, until he decides to not be honest and sends
Yeah,
the
but,
scourge
like-
after us. But besides that, he's honest with you, right?
Yeah, he's honest with me, and by association, honest with us.
How on
Until he sends the scourge after us.
Well, that was okay. That helped your asses out. So like,
that was also, I understand politically why he needed to cover his ass with it. Whether or not he enjoyed watching us run for our own lives is a argument of a different
We ran
type.
for a little bit, but then we gave him the
Yeah.
what it's for.
Yeah, but you only get
You became a
underestimated
superhero.
once. We're never gonna get that back again.
I beg to disagree. At least for me. I'm sure plenty of people will continue to underestimate me, but that's perfect. That's exactly what I would want.
Exactly. That's
that's
works for us.
Hey, it's worked for me.
Out of curiosity, who else have you run into anyone else Curtis is working with? I mean, we speak with you so frequently, but I can't imagine he collects all the information he has, considering, well, the original blackmail he pulled up on me, you didn't, or you still don't? No?
I never got that information.
Which
I
means
only
somebody
delivered
else
it.
did.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis has a lot of people like me working for him, but like I'm.
But you're his favorite.
Favorite is a term that I wouldn't use.
He made you a harpy. I'm pretty sure you're his favorite.
Wow, that's
Or you're also the most loyal and therefore easy to use?
And thus, his most favorite.
To use.
to use. I don't know if I like that term.
It's just something to be aware of. I mean, he may have affections, and that might be nice, but just consider...
Well, listen. What Curtis and I have is strictly
Oh!
professional.
Oh no, I didn't mean it!
Oh,
God!
no!
It's in my head.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
in my head. He's
Guys,
wearing...
come on. He's like a dad.
Ew,
Oh,
God,
you know,
please
there's
stop.
entire portions of the internet that...
No! I don't want to hear of this.
Listen,
Please,
I've been on the
please, God,
internet.
no.
Sorry, Miss Risley.
Not in this house.
Quick, everyone get into hallway. I'd like to discuss porn.
Out of this house.
But yeah, so I know Curtis is not, perfect, but like, who is?
And also, I can't say I'm terribly unhappy with some of the results. I mean, yes, I would have loved to do without the blackmail and the potential murder, but
Hey, isn't that how vampires do business?
Evelyn wants to think about Conry really hard about that Malkavian thing that Bit brought up about the Malkavians not thinking that Curtis is fit for your
Okay.
job. I kind of want to think about how that could be abused or other information I could. Knowing the clans so well and their political
Well, I
location.
get where you're going. You can make a intelligence politics check, and I'll allow Cork to be added in,
My favorite role.
because this would be
Oh,
an
I need actually
area.
100 dice, please.
This would be an area of the court that you really haven't examined before. You haven't looked at how the Malkavians fit in to the Camarilla.
Oh shit. Leave it.
Okay.
It's on the table. It's on the table.
We have a 1.
It only doesn't count if it
2,
ends up on the floor.
3. We have 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. The Malkavians have always been looked at rightfully or not, as this odd on and off jester, on and off prophet. And most people think of the jester as this clown that would dance around at the foot of the king, but the point of the jester in many courts was to give a voice to that which could not be said by polite company. It was the fool that said it. So, of course, no civilized and proper person would say it.
He's right.
But that doesn't mean the king or the court or the queen or whoever is in charge isn't listening to what the jester says. The sharpest wit hidden behind madness can be the most truthful words ever. And some people can say, from the lips of babes and fools come the truest word. So, the Malkavians within the Camarilla have kind of taken up that position, but also having this position of being almost looked at as soothsayers at times, even more so than the Tremiere, because the Tremiere use magic to know what is known, whereas the Malkavians tap into some shit that's beyond to
Is that
know.
Some weird magic shit.
They are known for prophetic visions, precognition, and there are others who have found that precognition. Those who focus on their heightened senses sometimes see beyond that which is... It's not just for the Malkavians. It's just the Malkavians covet that power. They kind of wear it like a shroud. Helps them scatter those who would be trying to figure out exactly where they stand. So having them come forward and openly say that a specific person is unpredictable and a danger to the city feels rather stark, rather direct. Normally they would say something about
Ooh la la, some fluff.
the crows fly tonight and they circle heavy over the spires of St. Patrick's. And
Go back to Hot Topic. It's fine.
sometimes they do that.
Evanescence starts playing.
Yeah. Sometimes they, some of the more artistic ones will actually paint and then display those paintings as this is what I've seen kind of a thing. And there's also the untrustworthiness of their curse. The fact that they are all touched in some way to be unstable by their progenitor, the Mad Malkov. So,
With all that in mind,
having them come forward as traditionalists amongst all of this, it's not wholly unsurprising. They might be trying to maintain and keep their position. Because now you have a man who walked into Elysium and held a goddamn parade, essentially, up the center of St. Patrick Cathedral's aisle.
I mean, he's not wrong. They're not wrong.
He
Yeah.
did that. Can't take that away.
They might feel like their thunder is kind of being stolen in a way.
Absolutely.
And
How rude. I would feel intruded upon as well.
Be like, we're supposed to be the
what
queen.
happens when the Mad run the madhouse? They might not be happy with that themselves. So that's what kind of tumbles through your brain, thinking about all of the things that the Malkavians and how they interact with the Camarilla court, especially in other locations, as well as they relate to New York.
Right on.
I did not intend for that all to rhyme, but it did.
Well, if anything, I mean, thematic.
Okay. Well, that's pretty valuable information, though. I think our next motion would be how we're going to angle ourselves with or against the angels. And so, Delia, I know you had a plan in mind.
Oh, yeah. I think that we've made some progress in terms of understanding how the beckoning works. I know for a fact what generations have been affected, and that it's progressively the frequency, the pull is getting stronger. But it seems that the 6 generations are completely gone. The closest to the source, the more they feel it. But it's this like a resonance in the blood, and because when you are closer to the source, it's more potent in those subjects. So if I could find a way to enhance or replicate the frequency in a specific area in front of a specific person, by that logic, it would still work on them, even if they were a younger generation.
Right. Okay.
Evelyn is like processing that. She nods. She goes,
The answer is yes, we could definitely, I think there's a possibility that we can direct this primal call and have it be a way to maybe influence unsavory elements in the city without getting our hands dirty.
Of course, no blood, which is ironic.
I mean, that's
Well,
quite
I
fine
mean-
with me.
I mean, but do you need blood? Because you seem to always need blood for things of this nature.
No.
Because it is a metaphysical frequency,
Mm-hmm.
how much of an understanding does she have in terms of what she thinks she would need in terms of any to create that resonance again?
She knows she'd need blood. She would need blood.
But yeah, I mean that's always a given. It's more
You got
a
a
matter
6
of
on
what
that roll.
additionals.
You got a 6 on that roll.
Yeah.
So you know you'd need blood of an appropriate generation from the source.
But does it have to be the blood of the person I am looking to?
Not necessarily. You just need to be able to access. It's kind of like
You've seen a gateway.
playing with one radio to tune into a frequency that's
Yeah.
being broadcast from somewhere else.
Okay.
You don't need to be on a special radio just for
Yeah.
that frequency. Any radio can pick up that frequency. You're just looking for the tuner so that you can turn your radio to that right frequency
Okay.
and thus possibly broadcast on that frequency.
So the answer is, of course, yes. The medium we would work with is the blood itself, but I don't think I necessarily need to get the blood of Fernando to.
Oh, great, because I was going to tell you that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
no,
impossible.
I'm
fair.
very not looking forward for that
So-
one.
Have you seen his teeth?
Oh,
Fernando's teeth. Oh, I was just.
I thought you said ST. I'm like, what?
Oh,
ST
no.
question? No.
No, nothing serious.
But I would still need blood of the appropriate generation. So who is the closest donor you think would be amiable to maybe being a part of this experiment of ours?
Okay.
I mean,
I'm getting
lots of
increasingly
people in the city
uncomfortable.
could benefit.
I have an idea, but I don't like it.
Oh,
Eddie.
what is it? Oh no, I like this already. What is it?
Wait, who are you thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I was thinking Grigori, because he kind of had some feelings, but I don't know. I don't
I mean,
necessarily.
are you guys like friends now?
I mean,
there is
I
a
talked
slight
to him.
problem with Grigori specifically. It's good. His blood would serve us well, and I wouldn't mind having a sample on hand.
But
Getting that blood without letting him know that it's being given to the Tremere would be a bit of a hiccup that you would need to figure out and puzzle out without my presence, because I assure you he will not be so friendly if he knows that I am...
I mean, look. I mean, I went to talk to him. I don't think we're on the level of him just donating some blood to me. I don't think we've reached that level yet.
But he was friendly with you? So...
Yeah, like he didn't kill you.
Yeah.
No,
That's
he told me
yes,
some
but
stuff.
I mean, there's difference between being slightly amicable and friendly to, hi, we need a pint of your blood to conduct
So
experiments.
lie, for God's sake.
I mean, he
What kind of lie could he have to siphon blood from him?
tell him. I could tell him Curtis needs it.
I wouldn't put words in Curtis's mouth. That would
Yeah.
probably bite us later.
He does like Curtis to
But
some degree.
What about Curtis?
Could Curtis ask?
Well, yeah, how do we know how old Curtis is?
Oh, would a bit no?
Or have an idea, just kind of like, I have an idea about the prince.
Because
I'm pretty sure.
If I were to share some information, I think he would be delighted if it were to work. And
I actually think that is a good idea.
but I don't know if he's potent enough for what we need.
Potent enough. Did you see the? Well, you know, I've heard about the way he stormed into the cathedral. So
That's.
I know it's a different
Panache
type
is
of
different than
potency.
potency.
I know. I was trying to make it funny.
She did a good job.
Sorry.
She's learning. Wow.
Make
No.
make a wits and do another wits politics check. No, not wits politics. No, this is gonna be a fun one.
Oh God.
Oh no.
My butt's ready.
Is this for everybody?
No, just Bit, because she would be the one that might have this information.
I'm so sorry, I can't give you more politics. Like if I could touch you and like lend
It
you
ain't politics.
Politics
It
anyway.
ain't
okay.
gonna be politics.
It's the same.
Still.
So sorry.
I got some.
Yeah, I got a specialty in Camarilla now. I've been learning.
Insight. I believe insight is now a.
Yes.
It is a skill.
Wow. Okay.
I have insight 3. Don't even know what it's for.
Yeah, I have insight 2, and I'm like, here we go.
It's
first
for
thing.
finding out people's motives.
Oh, that's right. That's why. Okay. Hey, what up?
Two success. 2 success.
2 successes. This isn't a situation where you. If you had gotten no successes, you would never have thought to have brought it up. With 2 successes, I can say that you've tried to weasel it out of him here and there. He has kept it guarded from you.
Damn it.
What if?
But you've been...
I'm like,
There's been suspicion.
just like looms. Okay. Well, I've been curious. I don't actually know. I don't know his generation. I've always assumed very old, but based off of how he acts, also not. But it just would make sense that he would be old.
I
Like
mean,
Fernando old.
He's pretty well acclimated for somebody who would be old, though.
That's true.
Like,
but
I mean, extraordinarily well acclimated for somebody who's. We're talking about if like older than Le Grand Papillon, and like even then, like his use of technology, that would be the only thing that would make me think he couldn't possibly be that old. Is how adept he is.
that's true, but like vampires can learn. I mean, if he had an eternity, and
She
maybe
picks up the phone. She's like, "Yes, we can all learn."
yes, and see, you're a prime example, Miss Priestley, of how adaptable vampires can
Well,
be.
All right. Well, I have had some experience in my time pitching ideas to old men. If you think he is possibly of an age to be of use, maybe we talk to Curtis and show him what we're interested in.
I'll let you do the talking to Curtis because he'll like you a lot more than me. But I'll be there for support.
Oh, I mean, okay. I mean, it really depends on how we open up this topic of conversation.
I mean, it's something that we can
We'll
use
bring
to
him
help
food.
him.
huh?
That's not where I was going, but sure.
We can bring him food and then ask what we need. I mean, that's
That
polite.
actually might, Miss Priestley, be a kind of a good idea.
Thank you.
Like a bucket of KFC
Eddie,
chicken would
what was
really
your idea?
help.
I just meant like offering like this idea of being able to, depending on, because I mean, does he not like Fernando? You know?
I don't think we should tell him our plan.
Actually, I think we should.
Yeah.
I think if we were to point out that if Fernando was possibly removed, think about how much that benefits him in the city. Well, I mean, the Primogen spot would be open. Not that I feel like I'm going to share him like the intricacies of my technique, because I like to be kept alive, and what's my value if not my trade? So, with that said, it only seems to benefit him if he believes that we are looking to 100% just make his life a little bit easier, and all he has to do is trust me with a bit of blood.
Right. I mean, he and Fernando are definitely not.
I think we should also
Friends?
bring him food. It's a good opener.
Yeah.
A good gesture.
It's a good gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a peace offering to a god.
Does he like
KFC.
extra crispy?
Okay, that's a little much,
Yeah,
but okay.
definitely extra crispy, super oily. Like he likes the bits
Beautification
at
is
the
a bit-
bottom of the.
Yeah.
Okay,
little
I'll stop
uncomfortable with
talking. But
It's all about the skin.
Evelyn,
That made me really uncomfortable.
Just a bucket. There's just
Oh,
three buckets
hell
of
no.
chicken flesh left over because he just ripped the skin off of all of it.
Oh,
And just
man.
ate
Saving
the
it for
skin.
later. That like
Just put
it slimes
Oh,
off the chicken,
stop.
and
I
he's
love
just like
fried
"Bleh."
chicken, but now like I don't want.
Yeah.
Tonight's not Chick-fil-A night.
triggered. But honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with Priestley, I think telling him the plan is not a bad idea. Cause who really likes Fernando? In general, I mean, is a.
Consider he also, even if he were to share that information with Le Grand Papillon, because we know they have a bit of a collaborative thing going on, he'd be probably pretty delighted to hear us taking care. I mean, he would be really excited to hear that his grandsire is taking action to remove.
You mean grandchild?
Yes, sorry.
It's okay.
I've been looking at a lot of paperwork lately. Yeah, so think about how that makes you look if he does perhaps let the Grand Papillon know.
And like you said,
She
without
dusts her shoulder
blood,
pads.
Yes.
without blood.
We're not breaking any rules.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
For once.
I mean,
That's a bad.
this isn't against the rules or anything.
Oh,
doing
no,
all
because I don't
this.
think they realized it needed to be one yet.
That's a fair point.
Well, we know where to find him, right? He's in.
Yeah, he's sort of solidified his location, and
He has an office now?
yeah, he's got permanent,
See-
filing cabinet situation.
Wow.
Does he,
That's when you know you're gonna commit.
Yeah.
Does he let people visit him?
Do we need to speak
Or-
with the seneschal? Now that he's sheriff, do we have to speak to the seneschal to speak to him?
Would
or
they know that?
No, the seneschal is
only for...
to speak to the prince. You usually have to make a thing with the seneschal, make an appointment with the
I
seneschal.
wish how bureaucratic.
The thing is that up until this point, you've kind of had the skip seneschal button
Yeah. Makes us
in
freeze.
Evelyn.
No one likes lines.
I mean, I could possibly get in contact.
Oh, with the no. Getting in touch with the sheriff,
Yeah.
a
You
bit
don't
can
need the
do
sheriff?
Oh, easy.
entirely
Okay.
by herself and set up an arrangement. You did it
Great.
last time.
That's true. That's true.
Well, why don't we do that?
Oh my god, I haven't had to pitch a project in so long.
I mean, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Oh wow, she's
Oh, God.
excited. I can see it in her face.
I should definitely...
I'll bring the chicken.
Yeah, Eddie, that's your job. Eddie, you have a very important job. This chicken, I need you to get the 10-piece box.
Yeah.
Only 10 piece?
10-piece box. Throw
Don't
in
they
a
make
biscuit.
like that...
Okay, we'll get him the big
Go
deal.
big.
The
Yeah.
bucket?
Wow him.
Yeah.
Bucket. Yeah, we'll
He
get
had
him
the
bu-
buckets in the train car that time. That must be his favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does
yeah,
like
yeah.
the buckets.
I think he'll appreciate that we remember that.
Right? Attention to detail.
If I did have a rubber
Yeah.
stomach, it would
Information
feel
you
very queasy.
relayed.
That's true.
As
Uh-huh.
as the coterie
Oh no.
assembles their
Assemble the chicken.
menu.
What
It's
is happening?
Swaying an investor.
Negotiations.
Their gift baskets that is heavily lined so that it
Did you
doesn't
get
leak.
him the painting?
What? Oh, right.
If we're gonna be out and we're bringing him things, we need to make sure we bring him all the things.
Yeah, so the Walmart painting.
We need to stop at Walmart first.
Sad clown on velvet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a
Sad
bucket of
clown
chicken.
on
It actually
velvet.
had to go to 2 locations.
Now it's just going to look like we're kissing us, but okay.
Well, I said I was gonna give it.
One would have been enough.
Hey, I mean, you did miss Christmas.
with their shopping lists set up and preparing to contact Curtis, we shall take our break here.
Oh.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go get.
At around, we'll say 10 o'clock in the evening, you've made your shopping trips.
Gross.
Who acquired the chicken?
The chimkin.
I just want to make a quick specification.
Mhm.
We're using one of my cars. I'm
Yes.
gonna let you drive.
Oh my god.
But it's a nice car and I'm sitting passenger seat.
Okay. So I'm gonna be stressed out the whole time.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean we get to be Miss Daisy in the back seat?
I'm the driver.
I mean, I'm bringing
I think-
Daisy.
Well,
Daisy in the
I'm
middle.
Yeah,
Daisy.
Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
That is true.
Just like trying to like have her
yes,
sit on the opposite side of the car to not.
Okay, just
Eat
wanted
the
to make sure
chicken.
that was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, you got a car.
Tokyo Drift.
You have the
Who
highest
picked
drive
up?
skill.
Did you all pick up the painting?
The item.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got checked.
You were able to find one
did.
that was close. It's not the exact one that you would get in the 70s, but some hipster's recreation of it. It's close enough to the sad clown on Velvet. But Bit takes the car to the connecting
You're going too fast.
parking garage.
I'm going 20 miles an hour.
The parking garage that has one stairwell that goes extra deep because it actually goes down into a sub basement that has been modified to connect to the subway tunnels.
No place like home.
Of course it does.
That's how we do.
The car,
I'm not wearing a dress, by the way. I'm wearing pants.
Good call.
it's one of
I wear
those
pants
present your take your ticket, presented on the way out style ones. So you pull up and take your ticket and drive down to the lowest level of parking. Find a easy to fit into spot. Those parking garages have tight spots.
Oh my.
Screaming.
But you're able to
Don't
find one that
scratch my car.
actually has an empty spot next to it. You find two next to each other.
Hey, hey.
So you're able to park in the right one so that everybody on the driver's side can get out.
Okay.
And everybody on the opposite side slides out the driver's side as well. Daisy pops out and you can hear her tag jingling and her claws tapping on the concrete. His Bit leads the way.
Oh.
There's so many stray cats now.
BB.
Okay.
As Bit leads the way down the stairwell, the fluorescent light needing to be replaced, having a little bit of a flicker as you make your way down and end up in what looks like a storage area. There's cones and there's paints, and it has that distinct smell of opened paint that really
Oh,
needs to
yeah.
be sealed.
Yeah,
And
not the worst smell.
Bit walks over to one of the shelving units, grabs it, and this looks like a rickety shelving unit that actually, if it was disturbed, would fall apart. Grabs it, yanks at it, and it moves. Even all of the things that look like they're teetering stay solid, cemented in place as she slides it out of the way and ushers you down into another abandoned subway station. By the way, everybody, New York City has a lot of abandoned subway stations.
Like a lot.
It's actually quite true.
It's a lot. There's an entire community of people that like
Go
go.
and hang
They're
out
called
in them?
urban spelunkers,
Oh, cool.
and they go into the subway tunnels looking for abandoned stations. And there's a lot. So I know it may seem like it's another abandoned train station. Like
That's because they're there.
that's because they're
Yeah.
all there.
New
New
has
York
an
is big.
abundance.
It has a lot of abandoned stations. There's a top 10 list of just the prettiest ones, and then there's more. So
I mean, that's pretty cool.
just letting you know.
Something to Google later. It's pretty.
This specific station is covered in a fine film of that carbon dust that comes up on the subway. You know, when you look down into that black sootish kind of film that just kind of touches everything except for a very well swept path that leads to
Thank you.
a lineup of 3 antique train cars. Much more space.
They're not the same ones, the same train cars as the old ones
No,
that we saw.
that was a
moving up in the
pneumatic
world.
rail.
Oh, okay.
That was a special one.
Okay.
Curtis liked that one. He was sad that he had to leave it, but that was a temporary location. This feels like a permanent location. The 3 connected cars. They even have the doors have that rubberized accordion stretch
Oh yeah.
to actually turn these connected cars into kind of a lateral. They're side by side on tracks, but it creates a lateral kind of almost apartment.
Bridge. Okay.
It's 3 side by side, so it makes kind of a square
Got it.
of cars. Inside, you can see the disorganized mental state of Curtis. His organization. It's organization, but it's his organization. It's covered
Sounds like
with
me in my
piles of
apartment.
folders, and you can see there's a record player in the far back. You think you can hear it sounds like maybe, like, you don't even know, it just sounds like older rock, something that was recorded probably in the 70s at some point, with this really high pitched voice kind of in the background. And you can see his form bouncing in between the filing cabinets and
Interesting.
the
Muppet.
just stacks of folders and papers and the old cathode ray computer screens. There's even one, it's got a bank. It's like one of those desks that you might see in an old nuclear reactor style control room with the screens and the keyboards in the desk. It must have been pulled from one of those locations and repurposed to whatever Curtis needs for it, but you can see him kind of bouncing and jamming out as he's tapping away at these and walking over and grabbing bits of paper.
Are you gonna introduce us?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry. Stage whisper. Are you gonna introduce us?
Yeah, don't worry, Miss Priestley. I got all introductions covered. I'm just gonna... So, is there like a door? Does she knock?
As you get closer, you can see that he's not really... He's focused on his computers. You start to hear the music start to kind of pick up in the background. It's definitely something you're not used to hearing. It's not your style of music per se, but it's definitely making itself very, very well known.
Oh, God.
As he downs his head banging back and forth as he's tapping away at the keyboards, occasionally, whenever singing along, and you can hear the coming up and over the top of the record. And as you get to the entrance to his car, he spins around and he sees you and he's, "Oh! Welcome, bienvenue, come on in." And he walks over and you see him dart through 2 different cars to get over, and you hear the scratch, that quick as he picks up the needle off of his record player and puts it to the side and starts weaving his way back through, occasionally knocking over something, looking at it, going, shit, I'll get that later. Bit!
It's me.
Hey!
Hey!
And crew, hey guys.
Yeah,
How you doing?
Listen.
You having a good night?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the night's
actually.
gonna get better.
I think you remember Miss Priestley.
Of course I do.
And
Looking much better,
Thank you.
might I
I've
say.
been vastly rehydrated.
Yes, last I saw you, you looked a little under the weather.
Thank you. I'm doing much better.
We got you some chicken.
Ooh, chicken! He grabs it.
What?
Give me 1 second.
Uh,
He walks away.
Don't look, Miss
He
Priestley.
opens up like a
Don't
steel
look.
cabinet, and there's like three or four shelves with at least like 2 buckets on it each. And he
Ew.
shelves it, and he closes it, and he says, "I've needed one that's fresh. I've been testing like I know I can eat now."
But how does the putrefaction of the
Yeah,
actual...
I want to see how much it because I know back in the day. Hey, did you ever drink off milk when you were alive?
No.
And you had got that like fuzzy tingliness in your mouth.
No.
I want to see if I can replicate that.
With
Really
chicken?
Which yeah,
what you
See,
like?
I like chicken.
I mean, yeah.
We know.
So, so I'm doing like this ascending order kind of thing.
Yes.
It's I'm really
Well, there are some animals that could actually process like rancid meat because there's certain
I want to
bacterias in
see
there.
I want to see how far I can take it,
Okay, Curtis.
We brought something else for you.
Yeah. Subject change. I got
Okay.
you the painting. The clown.
What'd you
Yeah,
Oh
look,
my God.
let's see. Yeah. You
He's
know.
so fucking sad.
I know.
This is awesome.
Dude.
Oh my God. He walks over, you see him
It's never felt more awkward
wiping
in my
his-
fucking life.
You see, and
is
he
not
walks
Elysium.
over, and he literally has like a store bought like that Walmart house on the beach with the lighthouse in the background portrait, and he's like, "Nah, I don't need that." And he just fucking chucks that, puts up the clown. Now, this feels like home.
Oh my god.
I would say with that,
Yeah.
the Haven is.
It's kind of connecting the vibe and the
Yeah, dude, the feng
and
shui
the
in here.
oh, check this out. Check this out. Okay, so you haven't looked up yet, but what I want you to do, and he runs over to the wall, and there's like an old school fucking like 2-prong fucking handle switch that he grabs, and he's like, "Now, when I say, I want you to look up. 1, 2, 3," and he slams the lever down. All of the lights go out. And over your heads, pasted to the ceiling,
She doesn't look up.
is probably a collection of every single light reactive glowing poster you could have bought
I love it.
in the 80s.
Can I look up?
There's like a
So it's
Grim
up on it.
Reaper holding a
It's
flower.
actually kind of cool.
There's a dragon holding a crystal ball.
Aren't some of these the ones you had to fill in yourself?
No, they're all blacklight reactive and glowing because underneath the awnings at the top of the like along the top rails has been lined with black lights.
Since there's black lights going on currently, Delia looks down. Is there any like residue around the car? Anything he hasn't like cleaned up or
Dear
anything
God.
on files,
why would you
etc.?
ask that?
Jesus Christ.
What's a black
Don't look
light?
at the keyboards.
There's a
look-
few
Oh my
there's
God.
there's nothing that you really catch except for maybe like a jar of what looked like white writhing worms off in the corner. And he just kind of slaps that back up and he's just like, "It's cool, right?
Yo, like,
That was pretty neat.
It's
That-
fucking awesome."
neat. I thought it was pretty freaking cool. Yeah, like honestly,
Oh
It's
my-
style. It's style. I can put on some Floyd, just crack that up, lie down,
dude,
you know?
serenity. I really fuck
You know,
with
you
that.
gotta find your center.
All right, this is cool, and I'll just remember to tell him what we're here for
Oh.
with the stuff.
Right, so Curtis.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I just want to tell you this piece of information. I found my coterie.
We're the coterie.
This is the coterie.
Yeah, I knew.
Oh.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you did. Right. But I just, I feel really,
I mean, like
proud.
after the whole like they stayed at your place thing, and the fact that you had been crashing with them for a while, like, I mean, we all knew.
Wow.
It's okay.
Okay. I mean, it's
Like,
the logical
no.
next step.
I'm glad you came out to me just now with this.
Okay. 'Cause
But
it
I
was,
knew,
It was honestly like.
honey, I knew.
Oh,
It's
Thank
okay.
you.
I
It
still
was really
love you.
hard for me. Thank you.
oh, Jesus
Thank you.
Like Evelyn actually said, Jesus.
Pain. But
Yeah. So
that's not why I'm here, though. Really.
okay. Yeah. What's up?
So we have a little bit of a proposition,
Ooh.
something I think you might.
I like those.
Yeah, something you might be interested in.
My
you know.
stock and trade.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Like new Camarilla action. The new.
Oh, yeah. Shit's it's been a little tumultuous, but we had our first council meeting, and
How did that go?
we all agreed not to accept. I mean, he's still technically primogen of the Ventru and on the council, but like we wanted to be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't count his vote because he's just gonna do whatever Victoria or the prince says. So
What?
Ventru's not happy about that because it either just gives us a vote to do with whatever we want, or it just removes a vote from the Ventru clan, so they're starting to get sticks up there. Well, no, bigger sticks, more sticks. I don't know what the quantity and how this would be arranged, but they're getting more uptight as the moment goes on, like more uptight for a Ventru.
Wow. We thought that was even possible.
It is possible, and it is a sight to behold. I'm fairly sure one day I'm gonna see one of them like fold in on his own navel. He will become that uptight.
I'm sorry, I just got this weird Uzumaki shit in my mind from a.
Oh!
Very
Oh,
obscure.
Junji Ito?
Yeah.
I've got the whole collection.
It's very obscure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking this for.
Oh no, I thought you were doing that in character. I
That's
thought
I'm sorry.
she's kind of
Damn,
artsy
Evelyn.
in a Toreador. I thought that was like something that she
No,
had, like
no.
also like
But that's
art housey kind of stuff. Like maybe.
Fashion.
It's not fire, it's
Junji
fashion.
Ito,
Ito fashions.
fall collection.
That's a thing. It's a thing.
Oh boy.
All right, so Junji Ito gone. Not part of that. That didn't happen.
But so politics is a little more complicated than.
Oh no, it's pretty fucking straightforward. The one that was standing in the way hard was Sigbear, and then Fernando would always vote with him, and then now Fernando is just kind of on his own. I mean, Declan would try, most of the time Declan would be like, hey, I'm crazy, but let's all be neutral about this shit,
Yeah.
He'd try to point out everybody's faults, and he'd reference a milkshake or something like that randomly, and
Wow, so quirky.
yeah, I don't know. He's always sitting there playing with his damn scarves anyway. So we either couldn't get him to shut up, or he would be absolutely quiet and just vote. Like there was like a good 6 months at one time. I heard that he never voted, or like the only thing he said was his voting.
Okay.
He never spoke another word, and then for the next 6 months after that, he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
So sounds like you have everything under control. Things are
Kind of,
kinda,
yeah.
like,
Seeing as
working
now, Victoria's working her way, onto the thing. Kendrick is fucking livid.
Ooh.
Kendrick is losing her goddamn shit. Cause the Gangrel aren't on the council either now because of the whole Xavier thing, that whole like Gangrel, or half of them are just like, yeah, fuck off, that kind of shit. So like there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now, but we pretty much have things, votes wise, we're 3-1, 3-2 by default if we counted Sigbear before, because he's just like whatever Grand Papillon wants, Grand Papillon gets right now.
If you wanted to streamline that and just make it so that it's like even more in your favor, would that appeal to you?
I mean, they're still here, so they're still kind of in the way.
But if they're not, if they were gone,
All
like
right.
if you could choose wish list.
All right. Yeah.
Wish list.
You were here talking about a proposition. So, what? I feel like this is coming from your direction here because, like, you're like, "Hey, there's a proposition," and then all of a sudden you start talking.
Well, I'm saying the coterie has a proposition.
Oh, all right. Everything. Okay. So, coterie.
Yeah, I'm using that word now. Coterie.
The collective use guys.
Us.
What do you got in mind? Utes.
Delia like abruptly drops her heavy ass purse on the ground, and is like, "Okay."
I like had gestured towards her right before she did that, and I was gonna say something, but then I just closed my mouth and I go.
Curtis makes direct eye contact with you and makes the same gesture as he just turns to look. Go on.
Yes. So you said that there's still some votes in opposition that you have to fish out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like somebody that didn't just automatically off the bat just instantly say no to whatever I had to say. I mean, the guy's been chopping off his nose to spite his face, but it's a Nosferatu, so there isn't much to spite. Oh,
She tries not to.
Yeah.
I am
Is this not?
Hey, no offense.
like I hate.
I have to laugh at that.
No, I
Yeah.
hate myself a little bit
like,
for that.
I wouldn't laugh, but
I mean, no. I can make that joke. Don't.
yeah,
no.
we can make that.
That's an us thing.
Okay, all right.
Let's get that.
So yeah, you were saying.
It makes you feel better. I've seen worse.
We may actually have a bit
That
of
does make me
a
feel better.
solution for your
Wow.
Fernando problem. If you're open to a little collaboration.
Okay,
Huh?
I'm listening.
So, because I am not a public speaker, but Delia, in fact, has a lot of experience doing full-on like pitches with statistics of likelihood and stuff like that. She wants to go into a full like presentation tirade
Oh,
about
man.
the benefit
She
of
pulls out the little
weaponizing the
fucking pocket
beckoning.
projector that you can Bluetooth your phone to, and
Like-
like has a
Oh, no.
wall.
But
that
she
she's,
goes.
like,
She's not like she like loses the nerves, and she kind of just like goes into presentation
falls
mode.
into presentation
Yeah.
mode. Okay.
But she really wants to focus on the benefit and the possibility of it working, and future applications. But we would it hinging on the fact that I need a sample of the highest, and she also doubles the amount of what actually she needs, like blood wise, because she's
Okay.
mental, and she'll lie straight out and just put that into
All
the
right. So give
statistics.
me instead of just kind of a rambly thing that you've just done,
sorry.
give me literal bullet points that you're covering during this presentation.
Oh,
like
God.
like itemized bullet points.
Oh,
First
God.
point, blood. You need double the amount. So we're gonna say 2 pints.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You need 2 pints of the of the lowest
Closest to the
generation
Yes.
blood.
It doesn't have to be of whoever we wanted to direct this at.
Okay. 2, it gets rid of Fernando.
And anyone else that
And
decides
anyone else
to
we
maybe
decide-
not want to play nicely with everyone.
Okay. Is there a third bullet point, or is that basically the summation of your pitch?
She kind of tries to ferret in. We would be delighted to do this and help you with future people who get in the way if maybe you were to perhaps consider Miss Priestley next time there was an opening in the court positions. Someone who is proven okay to work in the gray lines with you as part of the conditionals.
Okay.
You did good.
Before you make your roll, I'm going to allow you to decide if you want to speak up and make a roll yourself as well. That could possibly aid her overall presentation pitch.
I
roll.
of course want to aid in her.
So when he,
Use that charisma.
so Delia,
girl.
Delia kind of throws the ball over to.
When she talks about like the hinging on, well, as you can see, she's willing to work in the gray lines, and
And he turns to you. He says, "Okay, let us say that we have a position for you within our organization. What exactly would you be willing to do for me?"
are we making fun of the Giovanni now?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, that's a great question. What exactly would it make sense for Evelyn to offer to do?
Well, it depends on that position that you were looking for. Would you be now? Are you pitching for which position are you pitching yourself for? That's the major question. I remembered you had mentioned 2.
Yes. So either the
Toreador
Toreador Primogen
or replacing the seneschal.
the Shrajma. Yeah.
Think like senator, but instead of
Senesmar, no.
instead of putting tor at the end, you put shawl. So seneschal.
Seneschal.
There you go.
Shannon blah blah. Snore.
Schwarma.
Shawarma.
All right. So how would she pitch her usefulness as the administrator
Well, first
of the prince's law?
she would adjust.
Still wearing my dress.
Like nice ass blazer though. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look
the-
sharp and I have slacks on with a really nice black shoe. Like I look like ready for a business deal.
Yeah.
So how would you yourself serve more particularly as the Szechuan sauce?
I'm sorry. As we all know, Szechuan sauce is very, very tasty and highly sought after.
Dissociates.
So it would, of course, be part of my duties to make sure that your political interests and needs were also taken care of as well as mine. But I'm pretty sure, especially when it comes to our attitudes towards the prince, we align quite closely, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Pulling back a little bit so I can actually get some business taken care of here. All right. So you want to be in the seneschal position, and you want to enact what the prince wants.
And what I want.
And what you see, this is here's the rub.
Oops.
Can I trust you to know when what you want wouldn't be as important as what is good for the city?
I would always choose. And like she genuinely, like, this is not like a falsetto, but like I would want what's best for this city. It's my home too. Like that was it was
All right, so because you
very
throw that in at the end, I will allow you to make a charisma persuasion check.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Otherwise, it was going to be a leadership check.
Oh boy, that would
up
be,
until that
that would
point.
be
But
super...
the fact that you just you got personally invested in that last moment,
Nice.
I'm going to go with that moment as the selling point. Let's see how well you did in that moment. And I'm going to have him roll insight against
Oh
you.
shit! Oh shit!
Oh shit! No, so many ways.
Okay, all right.
That's okay. Everything's
Careful
fine.
with that soda down there.
Oh, it's
empty.
Oh, it's empty.
And
The-
that
and that one.
That one's empty. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We went
I'm
in.
going to have Curtis roll insight against this to see if he...
I'm gonna use a willpower.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay, it was that. Yeah. I know I can't reroll that. 3 successes. Out of 5.
He kind of squints at you for a second.
Like she wasn't lying. She was.
No. This is also there's a level of insight where it's like you're trying to convince him to change his mind about something, and he needs to be able to read whether you are. Yeah, you believe what you say, but also is that coming from a place of intelligence, or is that coming from just a place of passion? So he's reading you on that.
Okay.
Whether
fair
he
enough.
believes that or not. He turns back to Delia. All right, so let's say the seneschal position opens up. How much do you know about our current seneschal?
Politics has been a very recent interest of mine, and not very extensive.
Well, the reason why maybe you haven't heard from our seneschal in recent weeks, months, years.
I probably would have picked up on that. Politics?
You were aware of the politics via osmosis, like you were just around it, but it's a different thing to be putting this stuff together. Also, the Seneschal's job is to be is to be done, not to be seen.
Fair enough.
Like if the Seneschal makes a big thing of something, they're not doing their job right.
Oops. Okay. Maybe I won't be a good seneschal.
I'm
kidding.
The idea is that the Seneschal should not be trying to outdo the prince. The Seneschal is doing what the prince does. So everything the Seneschal does should be attributed directly to the prince. Because their job is maintain the city and make sure everybody follows the rules of the prince. The sheriff is to go out there and enforce those laws directly. The reason why you haven't heard or seen a seneschal is because the last seneschal left. And Le Grand Papillon has never replaced them. They left with Helena. We're going to take a slight break. I'm sorry. My intestine night has been absolutely fucking atrocious. I apologize. I will be right back.
Oh,
Go into chat quickly.
I mean,
for reference, Helena was the previous prince before Le Grand Papillon. I'm just like, wait, who is Helena? Who's
history lesson?
Yeah. So it's like,
I mean, let's be real here. If Le Grand Papillon is resistant to the idea of having a seneschal because he's yet to replace one, because who knows why, if he's going to accept anyone that he trusts that will not get under his feet.
Me.
oh,
Yeah.
there's a cat down there. Whoops.
In terms of things being beneath our feet, hello, kid.
Well, that's interesting.
I mean, like, so the previous seneschal didn't die though,
No, they left with the previous prince.
which is like
Helene.
Also, Szechuan sauce. I love that you folded
Man.
that in. I'm imagining that
course.
100% in game.
That was 100%.
Good.
yeah,
100%.
this
Because
was-
As
As we
sensing
know,
his
it is
jokes.
very rare, very sought after. Was sold on eBay for hundreds of dollars. Like,
even Miss
know.
Priestley know.
I very well aware. Morty.
Yes.
In Miss Priestley's voice.
Oh my god, that is a very weird crossover happening in my head right now.
I mean, they
Curtis
did
is
think
Rick.
aliens. Oh, but okay, Kendrick being
Well, Kendrick's the whip.
upset, yeah.
I mean, that means.
Yeah, but Kendrick's always
Hey,
upset
Eddie,
about something.
do you-
Kendrick's always
Do
upset
you
over
need a
something.
job? Because there's no gangrel representation. How does Eddie feel about the fact that there isn't?
He just wants to just be fine.
He don't care about no politics. He don't care about
Eddie's
representation.
not a politics guy.
No.
He just wants answers.
That's fair.
I was
Which
actually-
you're getting closer to.
Well, I mean, I guess, but
I mean, closer, specifically underline closer, question mark?
Yeah, I mean, well, now you have Bit enlisted to help, and
Yeah.
so
If we make friends with Curtis, that expands our
So,
network
I
to
was
find
curious
information.
when he was talking about people who were on his side in the court. Did they already accept La Samba in, or is that
Yeah.
still not,
Victoria
they did?
is the primogen.
Right. Okay. So they are in. They were in that
Yes.
first like court session.
What's interesting is that they said that technically Siegbert, like the situation with Siegbert,
Yeah, that was interesting.
still technically being the primogen, but because you can't really use his vote for anything,
Because
it puts
it's
a very
just their
weird
vote,
stalemate.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, she's here.
My
She's
Mel.
she has.
Yeah. So I'm curious. Like,
Oh, she's coming for the leather.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'm curious
You're free.
how like the Samba are gonna like.
play with others.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like, I feel like. I mean, because like I don't know, like they kind of just
How do the
rolled up on
Samba
in and we're
play
like,
with
hey, we're here
others?
now.
Question mark. I actually don't know anything.
That was.
I like
that
how
was
you
a
all just
inside
getting
joke.
lewd over
Oh,
there.
I
It's
was
not
like,
coming from
you
me
know,
for
the-
once.
No, the
We-
best is like when we're talking about Zamitzi, and all I can think about is my Knight in Question character, who was like this pink, bubbly, poppy sorority girl with like blonde hair, big blue eyes, and listened to Uptown Girl by Billy Joel 8,000 times, and her being like, "Oh yes, flesh crafting."
Oh, yeah. Free plastic
Oh.
surgery.
My Mel.
I'm kind of glad I went and saw Grigori. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, that was a really good thought, honestly.
I wrote that down last week that I
Really?
wanted to
Wow,
see
look
him.
at
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to
you.
forget.
I love that. That was awesome.
How many Love Triangle / Long Lost Lovers are gonna be in this? My trash shelf loves it. I mean, have you
That's the we got a web.
Okay, so
it's like awful.
Okay. To answer a quick question in there, I just saw Gangrel and Bruja walked. That is not just in New York. That is global. The Gangrel and the Bruja have
Not
pretty much
having
both.
representation in the Camarilla courts.
The Gangrel exited with Xavier for the most part. They're not numerous enough within the Camarilla to actually be considered.
They're weak sauce.
Wow.
Damn.
Like they don't get a primogen.
yeah, I'm like,
Hold up.
Also, the Bruja pretty much made their feelings known when Theo Bell killed the Ventru representative of the Inner Circle
Wow, you are.
and said, "Yeah, Bruja, we out," and left. So it's a bit of a craziness going on, and they're not like 100%. None of the clans are 100% in one or the other, but the majority of Gangrel and Bruja have moved on to the Anarch clans and believe that the Camarilla needs to be stopped now. But that doesn't stop the moderates / all the other Penelope.
No, you're good. I'm just coming a little bit
Of,
closer. It looks like I'm on
Like the
fucking.
Ken Bone of.
It looks like there's a Grand
craziness.
Canyon between you and me.
Just like. So
All right.
all right,
excuse
so
me, a
the
little
only
bit
thing you
closer.
missed was, I guess we can do it in game then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delia wanted to pipe in and be like, if Le Grand Papillon is resistant to having a seneschal this entire time, in terms of who we'd probably be least likely to even bat an eyelash would probably be.
It was something about he'd never have another dance partner again or some shit like that he was on about. I don't know.
No, she totally masked that. Like I want to like. Inside it was like. Outside it's like.
Yeah, he wanted to run the show himself. Oh my god. I mean, I could try and make that a thing for you.
I mean, Delia does have a point. If anybody is gonna be chosen,
His
be the more likely candidate for seneschal.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
And you know, like these are my coterie mates, man. Like we're talking like business transaction, you know. Okay.
Everyone just like eyes drift
All right.
off.
So what you're telling me is you want some old blood. You want me to try and get Evelyn the seneschal seat. And you'll make Fernando disappear.
Without breaking a single tradition.
Yep.
Boom.
Think I can get behind that?
Eh.
We want it to be as least messy as possible.
Okay.
0 mess.
He spins around on his heels and starts walking away. So at this point, I want you to make your manipulation leadership test. I will give you a +2 to this roll because of the ammunition you supplied in the social
You're welcome.
and the bonus that
Because she has
Evelyn.
persuasion.
Dude, don't ask for my persuasion because my persuasion's all of 1 point.
Oh, I have
No,
2.
for-
No.
Okay.
No,
you
I was
already
saying-
did your
Yeah,
your
I
thing.
know.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
saying
You did your
she
part.
doesn't have
You're trying to put forward a position of confidence and power. Persuasion.
I'll lend you shoulder pads.
Just takes shoulder pads.
You know what? Yeah, I'll allow it with persuasion. I'll allow it with persuasion.
I mean, it's technically the same dice roll.
Then why are you fighting me on that?
Oh no, I wasn't really fighting you. I was just trying to understand like the.
Yeah, the
process.
reason why I'm going with leadership is because the skill is supposed to be for, oh my god, that face.
Oh, I know, Annie.
She's so precious.
And it's on screen. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I love
The reason why I go with leadership is because you are trying to present a position of authority within your coterie, and your plan
Oh,
and the execution of said plan. All of those fall under the
Yeah.
leadership
Sorry,
category.
I'm
guys.
gonna
Didn't mean to tap
reroll.
the mic.
I'll keep that one, that one, that one. It's these two. What the? All right, I
Is that
don't.
a blank?
Yeah, there. I have a defective Kraken. Hold on. What is the blank on the defective?
It was
Zero?
actually like there was like no number.
It's the
on it.
blank one, where there's one side that's
Oh.
blank.
Oh, because they didn't put the actual Kraken logo on that one yet. That was
No,
No.
none of
They
these-
don't have Kraken logos. It's a number. A number is missing from this
Well,
die.
so which number
oh.
is missing?
Then,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know which one's missing.
8? Is it an 8?
No, it's not an 8. It's not a 6. It's not a 2. It's not a 0.
What are the two numbers on either side?
Is it a 9?
Next to it, a 0 and a 6 is next to it. Thank you. Good problem solving there.
The blank is a 4.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Okay.
re-roll 2.
That one, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's the same side as the 0 and the 6, that's the
That's
4
cocked.
side.
that is cocked.
Duh.
All right, so that only gives me 3 successes.
Okay.
Like gave her a bad
Let's
hair
check his
day.
resolve.
If only I could make a blood potion that makes you more charismatic.
Actually, no, she doesn't. I mean, she's focusing more on the fact that she knows fucking the occult. She's not like trying to be like, look at me, I'm charismatic. She knows this is her thing. I know, like that's why she wanted to do like the statistics of being likely and you know.
The whole spiel.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to be charismatic like Evelyn's charismatic. That's
She's the
not her
brains.
style, man.
He keeps walking. He makes his way over to a cabinet and pulls out a big folder. It has what looks like glossies popping out of it here and there. You know, you can see some folded papers within it as well. As well as a lot of... You're fairly sure you see the tags of a dot matrix printer on some of these pages. Like it's got the little paper nubbins from when you ripped off the
yeah.
the sides. He walks over and he says, all right. Come with me into the parlor. He walks into the next car. It looks like
Cuffs, shoulder pads.
he's stolen or acquired, I should say.
Don't know how.
He's acquired those like the drive-in movie fake car benches. And
So
he's
it looks like a car?
so it looks like a car with a table in the middle.
Oh, yeah, those, yeah.
It looks like he's stolen one of those and put it halfway into the fucking car.
Okay.
Steal one of those.
Fine.
You do.
Obfuscate, the real use.
Yeah, that's what
Yes, fair.
And it's in here bolted to the floor. It actually looks pretty clean, rather diner style. But you also do notice the distinctive front and back ends of a Bel Air on either side of this table, on the either side of these benches. He plops the big old folder down in the center of the table. This is... Anybody want anything? I got chicken.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you.
I mean, like,
She,
I mean-
he's trying not to, like viscerally, gag. Like, no, thank you.
bit
You
kind of
good,
just like
Daisy?
takes
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
you're good,
chicken
you're good.
with a drumstick.
Does Daisy want some chicken?
Daisy goody baby, baby.
He says,
baby
"Don't worry, I
baby
got
voice.
good stuff." He walks
yeah,
over
okay.
and he actually
No.
pulls out a bag of dog kibble
Oh, okay.
and walks over with a steel bowl,
Wow.
plops
you
it
can't be
down.
angry at
But
this
it's
man.
not like a doggy bowl. It looks like a steel mixing bowl that you would see in a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And he fills it up, the metal clanging as the dry food peppers in and kind of spills out onto the floor. It's a
Yep.
huge fucking bowl. He's like, "There you go, Daisy," and he gives,
Alright, go nuts.
and he holds up the bag, and it's a bag of chicken flavored dry food. Haha, chicken. He walks over, puts it in the.
On brand.
He's fucking obsessed.
Consistency.
But,
Well,
alright.
I'm just going to quickly get a drink. May I?
You want a soda quick?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I'll
Oh.
grab it for you.
Oh,
It's easier for me to run.
What a
That's
guy!
true. Hey, everybody, round of applause, Connery.
What a real
Join
hair.
us.
Look at all
Join
the
us.
hair.
Yeah.
I know there's so much hair.
Cat glitter.
The cat glitter. I'm not. I will not lie to you. I'm actually still finding glitter on my body, in my hair,
Oh yeah.
on my life. My mom's
my
like,
life.
On your.
like my mom's like, what the hell is all this?
You've
Where
now
does this
become a
come from?"
stripper.
I'm like,
There's
he
no
turned into a
question.
bird
There's
vampire
glitter
for a
in my
night.
dreams.
All right. So he
Oh, Annie, I love you.
walks over, takes his seat,
So does Daisy.
adjusts his sleeves as he pulls
It's
them,
fine.
gets comfy in his chair,
Does shoulder pads.
pushes it into the middle of the table, and opens it.
Dillian's shamelessly like, whoop, nowhere to look down to see who he's flipping through.
In it, you see a dossier on Steinherz. He starts moving papers aside, pulls out blueprint diagrams, photos of the surrounding building. He starts making the table just starts to slowly fill with information on this building. So, how much do you know about the organization?
That's actually something we ran into with the family, with the regents and...
Yeah. The whole like.
Yeah.
Oh, how much do I know about the organization?
Make a intelligence. Yeah, we'll have you make an intelligence politics roll. This is not Camarilla Court, though. This is kind of below that. This is specific to the Ventru clan.
Okay. I mean, it's still a healthy roll, so your girl's not gonna complain.
I mean, wasn't their last regent a Toreador?
I didn't say that.
Yeet.
I said that they were connected.
I
Oh,
don't know.
shit.
Okay.
Oh, what did you drop?
I dice.
Another die.
Oh.
Sorry.
I can get it.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Oh, man's.
Harder.
Wow.
We need a
Bess,
hero.
Another applause. Bess.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are such dorks. I love that.
Please.
It's so cute. What the fuck?
No, it was the...
If that is not a GIF, I will be upset.
It's the notes say the Reinhard family was the Ghoul family of Revenants with the last regent a Toreador.
Yeah. The Vinehearts
Yeah.
was the Ghouls of Evidence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
but
use
the
willpower on
Stoneheart
that.
was the Venture.
Yeah, I mixed those two up in my brain.
I just have it very, like, messily written, so that way get organized.
Ew.
Oop, re-rolling.
Yeah.
You're spending
I
Another
spent
willpower.
willpower.
spending a
I
willpower.
spent actually easier one.
Somebody just showed up just for that there. That's when they walked into the channel.
Okay. 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Steinherz Group is a holding company. Or well, it's a foundation.
Okay.
They gather, they assemble
Like, I felt so, no, it fell on me.
finances
What was
for different charities.
Look.
They are known for their contributions to African relief funds, as well as tsunami relief, earthquake relief,
It's a disaster relief.
medical science.
Oh.
They're known for these things, as well as doing some in-house research and funding. They themselves are not. They're not like a major big pharma patent company, but they have been known to partner up with some scientists and let them work, and they've actually been known. And part of the reason why, as an organization, they're not looked at too intensely, the scientists that work for them have an open IP deal.
Interesting. Okay.
The
That's
organization does not patent the intellectual property of the scientists
Well, I super support that,
that
actually.
work for them.
As my little moral thing. Like, I'm 100% here for that, so. I may think they're shady, but, like, straight up, I support
Are they using mortal scientists, or is this more of a kindred-related?
They're mortal scientists, but they work on a lot of things, a lot of different things, and that's at least the public front.
Of course.
You know that it is a deep, long-running Ventru Revenant family that runs this organization. In recent years, that Revenant family has sold off a portion. Several members of that family have excused themselves. Nobody knows exactly why, but they've excused themselves from positions higher up and on the board of directors. And this is only within the past 5-10 years this has started happening. But there's still a few holdouts at the very top. Their CFO and their CEO are still members of the original Steinherz family.
Okay. I think, did we talk about them before?
We did.
Yeah.
They have.
Oh, okay, I
them.
remember.
Yes.
This was, way back, though.
Because you were thinking of getting information on Sigbear. That was one of the things you were thinking of doing.
Yeah, that was, way back.
You're fairly sure Sigbear is actually part of the Ghouling organization, the Ghouling Ventru that control members of the Steinherz group.
Okay.
That's what you know.
Okay.
So he asks, how much do you know about the Steinherz group?
Quite a bit.
So you know about their connection to the Ventru.
Yes. I also know they're connected to Seabird.
Both very important facts in this situation.
Yeah.
And he scooches really, really close to Eddie, who's sitting next to, reaches over his shoulder slowly, and snacks something off a shelf on the other side of him and goes back to where he was sitting.
What a creep, man.
Comes back and he says,
What is that on my shoulder?
Just
This-
shoulder pad.
You're just very
That's my flex.
approachable.
He holds in his
Everyone's
hand
disappointed.
a small roll of microfiche.
Wow.
Microfiche.
What's that?
Small, it's photo negative essentially for documents.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
He says, on this, and he hops up out of the chair and walks over and literally just takes an arm and just shoves
That seems oddly satisfying.
the an entire stack of papers, and they just clatter and like a wave crash upon the floor, and he brushes off a projector, pops open the top of it, puts it in, starts scrolling. He says, in this microfiche we have, and he closes it, some extra interesting information. He presses the button. Inside the microfiche was pictures. Old, black and white. Well, they're kind of sepia hue, since it's just literally a white light going through amber photo negative as it plays upon a kind of dingy wall that has some markings on it and stuff, but it's still, you can still see what it is. You see a very large medical wing, almost like what you'd expect to see in a learning hospital. Beds filled with people, all with IV drips, and also hooked up to dialysis
What
machines.
the fuck? It's creepy.
This is the past 15 years, Steinhardt's group has taken a lot of interest in blood cleaning. Basically, they're making sure that it's a way to analyze blood. At least this is what they say the research is. It's a way to analyze blood to make sure that you do not have any defects and cell abnormalities. And they say it's like a nothing process. You go in, you do like one sequence of this small, like they don't even do a pint through the machine or some shit like that. And then they find out whether you are
Genetically flawed?
yeah, or there's any kind of abnormalities within your bloodstream. They say they got to do it while it's pumping, so that way there's a natural flow. And it's a lot of what I like to call horseshit.
So what do you think it is?
What do I know it is what you mean. My fine furried friend.
You'll learn. Whoa.
What they're actually doing is analyzing resonance. Okay. Now, how much do you guys know about resonance?
The alchemical.
You need occult checks.
No,
to
I know.
know this
I'm
stuff.
just. I'm looking at it as a player.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, are we talking about the alchemical, I suppose, referencing to people's moods influencing how their blood resonates with our disciplines?
You get a prize. Yes. It's a process where you look for a specific type of person's blood and how they are predisposed to a certain... You ever meet somebody that just comes off as angry? You ever meet somebody that just comes off as just... Well, they're a bit of a Debbie Downer.
Well, I imagine this would be the perfect interest for a bunch of picky eaters.
Well, they pay great for people who want to come in and have their blood cycled through just so they can research. And they get away with it by saying, we're not even keeping the blood. It goes right back in you. It just cycles through this machine.
I'm sorry, I just have a quick question.
Sure.
Lore thing. Okay, so resonance has to deal with like because I know here on our character sheets, like I have like sanguinary.
Yes.
So that means the disciplines like that's 4. So is that supposed to make the blood that you drink?
No, it means you personally have a tendency to be more sanguine in your humor.
So if someone drinks her.
So if someone drinks you, your attitude of passion
The presence, that's okay.
will be what they taste.
Okay.
The rest of
is
you,
the one that's celerity.
choleric.
That's me.
I'm sorry, choleric.
Choleric is anger,
Okay.
and
Poor trees.
then you've got sanguinary, which is passion.
Sensation,
I
hair,
don't
got it.
know.
Okay. Sorry, I just needed to like.
It's okay. I'm covering it also because we have people in chat.
Oh yes, sorry.
We also you also have phlegmatic, which is calm and reasoning
Yes.
and almost dead emotions at times on a bad end.
Mm.
And
okay.
the final one is melancholic,
Yeah.
which
Thyroid.
is depression, sadness,
Intellectual.
morose, introspection. So all of those things
Oh my god.
flavor the blood. And it turns out that some people have an even bigger version of it. It's called disgracias. Doesn't it sound
Ooh, sounds like
sexy?
sounds like a
Disgracias.
capoeira move.
Yes. Okay, keep going.
She says keep going, so say the word over and over like
Disgracias.
that. Is it doing anything for you, Miss Priestley? Can I monitor
So
your
when somebody
Well,
has
technically, one of my emotions and conditions is horniness. So, like,
So keep going, Curtis!
I want to.
horny, happy, addictive, flighty, enthusiastic. That's actually just me.
so
Hashtag.
okay, to get back to
Sorry.
the
Element's
play.
fire.
He says so the disgracias is super tasty. And you can use it to develop new things. So what the Steinhardt's group did is under this auspice of doing a large scale study to see who was possibly predisposed to certain blood conditions.
It's probably a fantastic file if you
Oh,
read it.
they made themselves a nice big old stockpile
Ooh.
of profiles that they can just go through like a fucking menu and pick out who they want, when they want, how they want it.
I
Dislike.
mean, I kind of
Yeah.
appreciate the
This
organization.
is
involved.
this is an operation.
How long?
This has replaced the circulatory system for the Ventru of New York.
How long
Sigbear
have
was
they
at the
been
top.
doing this?
You know who his best buddy in working out this was? Give you one guess. Delia.
Lucas.
Yeah. Lucas helped arrange this shit for him. This is their work. And you know what? With Le Grand Papillon making his declarations about Masquerade policy
Oh shit.
and making his declarations about how they were going to run this city, Sigbear didn't like that. Hence why Sigbear was a little pissed off at him. Mostly, mostly,
that.
Yeah,
mostly because I even heard it.
Yeah.
Mostly because to cross-reference resonances, you need to have a bank of another sort. You need to have a bank of core material to reference. You need to have blood of a different flavor.
The Dead Bloods?
Vitae
No.
of a different color, so to speak.
Kindred.
So, didn't Bloods count?
If you're gonna
Depends. Depends on how generous you're being with the term kindred.
That's fair.
Right.
Sorry, just another question. Surely.
Mechanic question?
Yes.
Sure.
So for disgracias.
Disgracias. I
So-
don't even know if that's exactly how you're supposed to say it, but I think that sounds sexual
I
when
think
you
that's
say
how
it like
Curtis
that.
would
Yeah.
say it. So there you go.
That's fine.
That's the way Curtis says it.
So essentially, this is like when you take a drink of that certain type of like sanguine blood type, right? You can get one of the disgracias from that if it's potent enough. Am I correct?
Mhm.
Okay, and like that range is on the obviously listed.
And if somebody is strong enough in their resonance, it can actually give you a super boost to your disciplines.
Yes, they said.
That's why feeding at a
Resonance and
hospital is
experience.
fantastic. There's such a range of emotions. Go to the pregnancy ward. Go to the cancer ward. What's your flavor?
Noted. Delia.
Yeah, bagged blood doesn't get you the resonances. So this is kind of new information to
Yeah,
you
bitch
since
is like-
you've been... You're not a vegetarian, so to speak. You don't just eat animal blood.
Yeah.
But you've been drinking bagged so much, and bagged is just reconstituted whole blood is not exactly
Yeah.
flavorful, but it's easiest for Bit.
Bit hasn't really.
So
Hunted.
she's never tasted this.
Bonding excursion.
And like
Oh,
going
no.
through this, like how does one get to choose the disgracias they're looking for, or is it something that of course
You
is
have to
dictated?
find one.
Okay,
You're
so-
hunting
so
in the real sense.
you're literally finding somebody who has this, because like there's multiple kinds. That's like contagious enthusiasm, high on life, manic high. Do you need to find? Is there only one
Julia
of
could
those
find it for
per
you.
I just need
person?
drugs for that.
No, meaning, like,
one
can I-
one person might have one of those disgracias within them.
Okay, but it's not like you buy it and it's like a random roulette of which one you get. It's always they have one specific.
It's a random roulette of who you find. They will
Okay.
probably have this one disgracias. Like
Yeah.
it's not changing within them all the time, but the likelihood that you're going to find a specific one that you're looking for is
Okay.
low unless you have certain abilities.
Me as a person, if I had one, it would be contagious enthusiasm, right? So if somebody bit me and wanted that,
If
they would get that.
no, they would just get it. They would taste it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like blood flavoring.
Okay, got
And have
it.
you ever tasted something that's so strong that it's almost
Like overpowering.
overpowering. Like
Yeah,
when you
like,
have,
like,
like-
almost too
a
much garlic.
like a triple
cherry.
chocolate
Yeah, the cherry
Like a really
lava
rich-
cake.
yeah, like a
version,
rich
like,
chocolate,
It's
yeah.
so
Like a super rich
empowering.
chocolate, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
It's cold.
oh,
But
like
but
that
Yeah.
kind of
That's a
chocolate
good
that you
one.
almost get a buzz off of.
Okay.
That's a disgracias.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I just need to educate
my
and clarify.
Or you can skip all that and just do what Eddie does and just drink crackheads.
Or also fair.
Yeah.
or do nothing and drink back.
I have is Bloodhound the one
extremes.
that lets me sniff out there? Yeah. Okay. You could ask.
As
Celia
is
a favor.
there's other things that there's a ritual. I don't know if you took that ritual.
I didn't take the ritual. I took
Because
the,
you had Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can sniff that on people. Okay, cool.
It's a specific trait that you have to
Okay.
develop.
So educating myself,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry.
System questions are appropriate.
Yeah. Learning channel.
So-
look at that. Ooh, educational content.
Can we
He
have that-
looks
can we have that
so he says, so now that you're coming along with me here, they have a bank of reference material. You say you need elder blood? Let me tell you where you can get some elder blood.
Oh my god, we're gonna break into a building.
Thing is,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
there might be some stuff in the way.
Of course, there's always stuff in the way.
I mean, that's up to you guys to figure out. They have decent security. I guess you could have assumed and figured it out on your own.
Your notes, I see that we have blueprints of the building surrounding that. Does that include any connective
You
subway
want
systems?
underground?
Yeah.
No, this is all I got. And this is because, well, this is what I got out of Sick Bear recently.
It's probably
Right.
much more forthcoming nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow. Okay, so you're basically giving us the map to the treasure.
I'm telling where you can find what you're looking for.
Now, they have this list, comprehensive list of all the different blood types. Are they keeping samples?
Of the humans? Of the mortals?
A, B, both.
Yeah, they're keeping samples of the mortals, but like I said, they need reference material, direct reference material.
I think it means
And what are the Tremere good at?
A lot of things. We just need time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, this isn't Curtis saying it, but he did kind of show off one of those talents. This is so yeah. Yeah, he's Lucas has his finger in some different pies. This is one of them pies. And if you want old blood, you might be able to find it there. You just have to contend with Ventru and Tremere. What's a good term for it? This is a modern term for it. It's better than the archaic fuckery,
Yeah.
is what I like to call it.
That,
Not wrong.
that
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, now this just got exceedingly more complicated than we thought it would
But
be.
the rewards could be greater. If there's yes, of course we need the blood of someone close enough to the source, but while we're there, we could skim off the top a few people who are influential that are on the records. I mean, there's possibility for further. Depends on how much time we have.
Oh my god.
I don't think we want to spend more time than we
No,
need.
but we
while
should
we're there.
maximize it.
I mean, there could be some very potentially juicy information.
Well,
Secrets.
okay. If you go do this, I won't join you. But I'll cover for you
Oh.
back at court.
Uh,
Just in case if anything slips up, just in case, we are covered.
How so?
Oh, there is the next Elysium coming up. I'm helping organize the security right now.
Nice.
Should be happening in the next 4 days.
Ooh, party. You got a suit? You got this suit?
Do you need a suit?
Listen.
Because listen, I got Evelyn.
No
fucking Priestley in my
offense,
coterie
but
now.
I don't need your help to look absolutely fantastic.
I was not implying.
I just, you know.
He does that toothy, extra wide Nosferatu grin. You even see like some of his skin kind of peel back near his eye. He just kind of. I'll be fine on the fashion front.
Of course.
Got a closet of good stuff here.
No doubt.
The lime green one?
No, I don't want to be that loud.
Okay.
No. I had that moment. I was thinking something for a line.
Oh, okay.
I've got a matching hat,
Ooh.
a fur fedora.
Oh my god.
With the ermine collar
Ooh. Ooh, that is a
and
little,
matching and fur
I need
and the
Jesus.
ermine cuffs
that is a huge
with the ermine covered hat.
statement right there.
I don't know if I should wear the matching tie though. Like it's I think a fur tie might be a little much. So I'm thinking that's just gonna be my
Yeah, it might be a little much.
yeah. So I'm
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say-
stick with the jacket, my hat.
Are you more of like an authentic or more just like for the look of it, you know?
Oh, I want to make a statement without without ruffling too many feathers.
I meant like
Subtle.
the furs itself, I meant.
What about
Eddie,
him?
stop. Eddie, stop.
Like
If it's
stop.
real or,
Eddie, stop.
or fake. He,
Oh no, only real.
Oh.
Eddie.
yeah, okay, yeah. That's fine.
they could be dead before they were skinned and used.
Yeah, and I mean
Eddie-
they're being used for fashion, Eddie.
They
have
would have
a
just
purpose
corroded.
now.
Okay,
Into the ground.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Native
Eddie's
Americans
triggered.
used all pieces.
Oh, but okay, but Elysium.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Priestley.
I will go to the Elysium.
That sounds like a freaking good idea.
I can't be involved in something like this if I'm not.
We can go
Oh my god.
together
She starts like hyperventilating.
as a pair.
Oh.
We have to make
You
new friends, Miss
Can
Priestley.
be my date.
Yes.
Miss Priestley, I'm
I'm jealous.
Like her eyes, I guess like vampires cry blood, right?
I mean, if enough fluid goes, yeah.
Sheesh.
Like her eyes,
Welling
are
up.
probably, her eyes are probably a little glossy. And she's like, there's like kind of like a washed panic. If she could be like, yeah, let's say like even through the makeup, she's kind of paled.
Curtis, I think, Miss Priestley, she's an independent woman.
No, you should show that you have strong friends. You should like go in there and just like make a statement.
Oh no! I won't get in your way.
No, it's
Let's be real. I'd be your uggo friend. You'd look better by comparison.
He does have
it's
a
just
point.
this like
Miss
if we
Priestley-
were
No.
going as a
It's
pair,
it's
could
okay.
we
It's okay.
match?
It's okay.
Wow.
Don't you have fur line?
It's
look, I
okay.
have
No.
fur.
It's okay.
We could go as acquaintances.
No, and I'm not wanting.
Not
No, it's
dates,
okay. It's okay.
not a
It's
date.
okay.
Priestley, I just tried to get you a job. You
I
could at least
can't-
be nice.
I can't help the way I look. Okay?
Oh Jesus Christ!
And if you're gonna hold that against
I don't
me,
hold that against you. She
I-
lives in my apartment building.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I live in the building now. I have
It's
another.
okay.
no,
so
no,
She
hard.
wore
No.
my robe.
No.
I'm
We try.
clearly
We
not
try to keep her
discriminative.
safe.
no, it's
We
fine.
try.
It's fine. It's fine. I have a job to do anyway.
Try so hard.
Curtis. I think what Miss Priestley is saying that is that she's a little offended that you won't, wear a piece of her clothing.
If we were to go together.
Hey, I'll wear the thing that.
No.
Wow.
That was like, she straight, like, all jokes aside, she's looked at you and straight went, no. But we could wear, you could wear
I
whatever
think
else.
Alice looked fantastic in it, honestly.
I mean, it is a look.
And it's a male presenting nipple, so it'll be fine.
No.
Hey.
All right?
But
Yes,
how
I'm on
about
the social
this?
media
I would
terms of service.
design you something with you in mind. We could sit together at the drafting table.
No. It's all right. I got myself covered. I have a job to do anyway.
Okay.
We wouldn't be able to hang out much. I just thought it would make a statement
We can walk
if
in
we
together.
showed up together.
No, we can walk in
And-
together.
Curtis,
We
Trust
can
me.
we can walk in together. It would be great. It would be really memorable. I'm sure the Grand Papillon would be very impressed.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. I'm just going to be in a control room watching the videos. So anyway, we are going to have ourselves a blast. Well, you are. I'm just going to be in the security room. So you three, you can take this information here
dodge that bullet.
and
I'm actually sweating.
enjoy yourselves.
Got him.
Just be
Subtle?
yeah.
crying.
Because remember, you found that.
I'm a resourceful person who finds things.
Yes, you found that. That is a resourceful thing that you found upon yourself
I read books.
with your things. Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Got you
hate
covered.
I would hate to have to track you down for breaking the masquerade.
Mhm. I mean,
Right? All right.
no more scourge.
Fantastic. I've got a sex hotline to call. You guys get out of here. I'll talk to you later.
That's too much information.
I think you should
Chris.
make sure to check.
It's one of my informants.
I'll make sure to have a package delivered to you. Maybe with a new hat.
I would be delighted. Make sure there's a feather.
Fine.
Okay.
Maybe more than one.
He walks over to you, grabs you by the shoulders, kiss, kiss.
Screaming.
His cheek brushes up against you, and it's like sandpaper, like shark skin.
Oh boy.
That like, but still kind of moist, but like rubbery
Slick.
Like
in
a
a way.
cat tongue.
Yeah, but no, a cat tongue's pleasurable.
Oh, I don't think so, but okay.
Listen, Annie has the most gentle
Sorry.
blips.
I'm
Do
not
not
really a
insult
cat
my
person.
cat.
No, it's more like rubber,
Okay.
and it just kind of pulls your cheek a little bit. When you,
Ooh.
when you,
Oh, resistant.
I will catch all of you later.
Okay, thank you. I need to leave.
Thanks, Curtis. As usual, you're the greatest. Also, enjoy the pain.
As he's backing up, walking out towards his record player,
Oh, jeez.
and you were left in this car to yourselves. You heading out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's probably
Yeah.
a good move. All right.
I'm having Vietnam flashbacks.
How old are you, Miss Priestley?
Actually.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
you're gonna cover for us at Elysium.
Yes.
And I guess we're gonna break into the
Well,
Sternheart.
a break in. I don't like that term. I think that's a really
Well,
abrasive term,
guys-
Eddie.
Jesus.
They use mortals. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he also mentioned like we could just make like a request for someone with like the old blood, right?
This is as you're walking up to the car,
Yeah.
walking through
Yeah.
the
I
subway.
sit in the passenger
area.
seat.
Okay.
I mean, was he
Alright.
saying we could like just make a
Big
custom
gets in
order?
very
No.
slowly.
Or we have to personally go in and find what we're looking for.
It's not that the vampire blood is on access.
Ah.
That's not for people.
Well, yeah,
Um,
that'd be too easy.
My thought is if they have
Are you good?
mortals,
Are you
could we
okay?
possibly find a way to find one of their more influential
Probably did.
with full access mortals and have them do it on our behalf? It'd be nice if we didn't have to step foot into that place. It's going to be warded to high hell.
That's true,
Okay.
but
If
I
Lucas
mean,
is part of it, I don't know if I could break his wards.
You're not doing this in one night, so you do have 4 days to research before you pull off your
Heist.
Heist?
heist.
Your
Wow.
blood heist.
Wow.
Which I will
I
have
should
no
have known
part
when
of.
you were watching. What, like I should really.
There was no heist in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Movie.
You decided to
No,
go.
I'm gonna
into...
watch a whole bunch of other movies to get inspiration.
I'll just
for-
watch Blacklist some more.
more blacklist, more blacklist.
Honestly, we can just watch Ant-Man. Technically, that's a heist movie.
True.
Anyway,
Is it?
so go on. I was just reminding you that
Yeah.
there is a 4-day gap, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
will
yeah.
have
So-
prep time before enacting your thing.
If we can do this in maybe a different way than we normally do, which is guns blazing, blood spilling on floors, maybe we can find investigate some kind of high-ranking mortal official that we could.
That I could do.
If you could find them, even if you have to be at Elysium, I could use similar charms as you. I don't do it often, but I did it to Daniel.
Wait. technically mechanics question. Can you technically take my blood and actually make
I don't need it. I can mesmerize.
Okay. I was asking more of like an actual like mechanics question. Like, could you actually take Evelyn's blood and
Create
like, a
one
charisma potion?
Because of thin blood alchemy and the level that she has it at, you're at what, 3? You're at 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so she can create a formula. Now this requires her to spend experience points.
Yeah.
So she needs experience
I
points
can't
to
do
use
it right now.
But she can develop a formula
Excuse me.
that's
Sorry.
so long as she has the blood of somebody who can use that discipline, she can create a potion that gives anybody access to that discipline for a period of time.
Well,
But only the power
yes.
of that level.
If it would perhaps be smart if you wanted to get away, we could perhaps work on creating something that allows you to blink.
You're offering samples?
Yes.
How much could you donate? I mean, honestly, I wanted to ask, but you seemed a little, like, busy.
Wow. A little too eager.
I mean,
I love that
it'd
she
be great.
said that.
I have enough room to file away.
This is on the drive back to the apartment. by the way.
I mean, honestly,
Delia's body actually coming halfway into the front
Like,
seat
through
with
the
you.
center, like her head is like right here, and I'm like,
Okay.
okay.
So wait, but like Miss Priestley, if I could actually get some extra copies, it would do great for my relationship with Fox if I could send him along any additional research I had. So if I had it for me, but then also that I could send some along. Miss Priestley, you're not looking at me while I'm talking. You're not driving. You could look at me. Rude.
Bitch is driving.
She was miming that shit.
Just driving in silence.
We could pick up snacks and then see how much get you like juice box, right? You know, and then I can
tall,
just
blonde
store
juice
away as much as you're okay with. Yes.
You know my tummy. A tall blonde juice box.
Give him a good squeeze.
That was in character. Bit said that.
I mean, you would know you're a harpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know. You also know Raquel, so it's
Yeah. Both are true.
fine. Sure. Yes. I agree to please. I just don't want to be a husk. I already was one. So if you drain me enough where I get wrinkly, I'm going to be upset.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll just pick up snacks on the way, and then we'll make a day of it.
Sure.
Um,
I'm excited to share this with you, but I'm also increasingly slightly nervous. But I am willing to do this because I do truly think it would be important for you guys to run as fast as me, because mechanics.
Nope.
That is a level 3.
Oh shit.
But you already offered your blood. She wants it now.
Yeah, no take backs.
Well, the thing
take
is, she
that.
can develop any power that you have.
Well,
That is level 1
Um.
specifically. So
Okay, so she couldn't take like traversal or blink. She could only take cat's
No.
grace and rapid reflex.
Yeah. Which
yes.
I mean, they're both still actually useful, but like
she could develop eventually. Once if she
if I develop that area of my interest.
yeah, if she develops her alchemy a little bit more, she would be able to distill that.
She's not telling you that. She just wants to actually get your blood on file, though.
that's weird. Okay.
You know, offer
Friendship.
Tremere your blood.
You've already got my blood.
But not on file. I don't have a store. So if you're offering, honestly, I could replicate some of your disciplines.
Actually,
too.
well, it's kind of it's an immediate thing. It's the fact that
No, not for.
you don't have that ritual.
No. I wasn't saying that necessarily for the later on, but like it just as a Tremere, having people's blood on file if I needed it for something.
You can't have somebody's
No.
blood on file.
can't
That's what I was
store it?
trying to explain. You don't have that ritual. You don't have bloodstone. I mean, well, no, you have the blood. You have the
Yeah.
bloodstone one, but I'm talking about the preserved blood ritual.
Oh shit, that's right.
You don't have the blood coin.
Well, good thing we live in the same apartment.
I was almost about to make this a very weird, like,
Technically-
blood
Make
giving
sure
ward.
the kind of locked door at night. Locks bedroom door at night. Closes windows.
Just stare
Delia
into the
creeping.
darkness.
Oh god. Friendship isn't
Oh my
great.
god, I forgot to send Fox a monkey!
Too late.
Yes, but
Christmas
we
is
Oh,
over.
can,
that'll be a great housewarming gift for Bit.
But truly, I think it would be great for you to have that kind of grace in your step.
I mean,
For all of you.
Well, for all of us.
I mean, I've got reflexes.
I mean, I don't know how it works, but if there is a
I
way.
appreciate that actually, but there's some skills that I don't think you could give me through blood that I actually think would be very useful in this situation, and that is seeing if you could find or convince somebody maybe to meet us that we could then kind of get information from before we do this. If we could find, like I said, somebody who could get in and we were able to make them do it for us. I mean, luring men out to coffee houses seems within your purview. I mean, it could be women too. I don't really need to be... your preferences being what they are. If you could find someone high-ranking, and it shouldn't really matter their gender.
Just as long as they're high ranking and they can do the thing for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking about trying to seduce a Ventru.
No, one of the mortals.
Oh, one of the mortals that works for the company.
Someone with high enough security clearance that they could maybe go in, even if they can't do it for.
When you were saying high ranking, I was thinking generations still.
Fair,
and
sorry.
You were just
We were
talking
talking
about
a lot about that.
Vitae and. Okay.
No, yeah, my idea is that if we could get someone with that clearance, if they could maybe, or Bit maybe, if you can give them some way to, like, get into their system, if, like, we give this to the mortal and the mortal goes in and we can get access to their systems for, like, security and stuff. I mean, I could mesmerize them enough to do the command of putting in a USB stick in the appropriate place, but...
The rest of the work would be up to me.
Well, I'm
hacking
sure I
part.
can look into
Well,
finding somebody.
Yeah, if you could find somebody and we could program them and then you could get in their systems, we would at least know their security, so if we do need to go in there physically to get our stuff, we would be at least able to kind of do it in a more intelligent manner than hoping the doors open.
All I hope that comes from this is that you uphold your bargain on the juice boxes.
You better.
She smiles, that knowing smile.
I mean,
Feed her.
you could feed off of whoever we find if they're, I mean, as long as they're able to get back up again.
I have a preference.
Okay, well, keep it in mind when we find someone who works there. They probably
Legitimately,
want some
she
money.
does have a preference, but like...
But, like, let's not forget that I can literally go invisible. So...
Yeah, but you can't do anything when you're like that, right? Otherwise you'll go poof, and like you can't lift something up or drive while you're invisible. Can you?
Can she?
Can
I'm
she?
really not sure how obfuscate like the full
your
details.
obfuscate will not be broken if you perform an action that is
drive
unobserved.
invisible.
If you would do a thing that would draw attention to the oddness of that being
Ghost car.
Okay,
That's pretty obvious,
Floating
bro.
documents.
floating
Yeah.
documents, but if you picked up those documents when no one was looking, those documents would not look like they're floating. They would incorporate into your obfuscation.
Oh, but it's just the act of picking them up.
If somebody was literally working on project in front of them and you reached over and grabbed a paper from in front of them, and that would be the moving document, and then all of a sudden they would see your hand and your obfuscate would break.
What about in Ghost of the Machine? Is it
Ghost of the
same?
Machine just means that the cameras can't pick you up.
That's right. Yeah,
Which is-
security
which is
cameras
good.
won't pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how comfortable I feel about putting you in there alone without at least knowing what security's in place, though.
Well, I mean,
I
we can
mean-
always send in our mortal friend that
Okay.
Evelyn picks up, and I'll just sneak behind them. All you know,
When they open up,
masquerade.
I need to start
if you
taking
ghost
notes about what you guys are going to be doing.
Oh, now you're the one taking notes.
Oh, the
Wow.
turns have tabled. Wait. The tables have turned.
The
Like, did
turns
that
have
on
tables.
purpose.
I wish I could go back in time.
Okay, so
Oh, he's coming over.
our current plan
Hey.
is...
Hey,
Oh, hey there.
hey, stop.
That's our paper.
You have that one back.
Thank you.
Is he not a generous storyteller? Look, he's given you a paper.
It's a fair
What are you
trade.
looking
What are you looking for?
Is it over there?
I don't know, what
Is
is
he
it?
looking for a Sharpie?
No, there was just a lean on piece of cardboard that I had, but I can use anything really.
You have so many books.
Wow, you don't write on a book if you're using a pen, then you're gonna dent the cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philistine.
You use the back of the book
Savage.
that you don't like.
If I don't like the book, why do I have it? Jesus, I'm not in school anymore.
Textbooks.
Yeah, right.
Every
The
time, I'm not
abuse.
gonna lie, every time my preference is brought up, I get like slightly triggered in the best way, where I'm like,
You're like, no.
Calm down.
They know.
Control that, please.
I feel like I'm being put on blast. Leave me alone.
You've been added.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
adding
you're back.
me.
Yeah, okay. So our current thought is that we are going to see if Miss Priestley can find a high security clearance mortal that works within the group. Lure him out to like a coffee place, someplace secluded, because we want it secluded. We're then going to either let her drink off of him, and then B, mesmerize him to give a USB stick or some kind of like way for you to ghost when they go in, right? What would you prefer? Considering technological advances being what they are and your skill set, would you prefer to try and like get into their systems, or would you prefer to follow behind them and when we send them in? Because we could really do either or. We
Are
could
you
do
still
both.
driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Yeah, she's still driving.
I'm driving. I can
She's paying
multitask.
attention.
It's a big city.
Lots of traffic.
Oh
Listen, listen. It's a Saturday night. It's
Like
around.
late.
It's around 11.
We're not getting
There's
anywhere.
20 cars.
I'm driving slow.
It's
I'm
a lot of
driving
stop
deliberate.
start.
Yeah. I have.
You're getting like one block every 2 minutes or so.
4 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Safety first. Seatbelts on.
Oh my
God.
Oh yeah. So what would work better for you in terms of do we want to try and would you be able to program something to get a better idea of their security, or would you prefer to just kind of do
Well, you do
your-
have a whole bunch of documentation you haven't looked at to see what they currently have
Blueprints.
going on.
True.
You have blueprints. You have access documentation. You have security. There's a specific type of security company that gets hired that is designed to actually try and break the current security
Yeah.
to profile the weaknesses in your security. You're fairly sure there's one of those documents inside
That should give us an idea of
the dossier, we'll call it.
Yeah, like an idea of what we're dealing with as far as security goes. Because like I'm all for just letting our little mortal friend, so he's gonna be called now, just go in there.
Immortal pal.
we should just call him Ken. It feels weird not to have a name. Ken.
Okay, Ken.
I don't know if you're trying to make another dig at me, but that's fine.
I don't like that.
Ken is like a
As in-
blonde Barbie doll.
he's a blonde Barbie doll.
Okay.
Really intense.
So
Yes.
So small
Ken.
you can't see
And
it.
he's a big old, and he's a big old blonde, strong street fighter.
Ooh.
okay. So Ken. So
Yeah, just letting Ken go in there and take our USB that I will procure, and hopefully get a better read of what our security is like. Maybe hack into the security cameras.
I mean, they can't have all physical information. They probably have a backup at least for records of what they have.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna go
it's
in and
2019, you know, like.
I mean, if you're gonna go in and hack
18.
something, yeah, you might as well just try to see if you can just get the data right then and there, right?
Yeah, it could be a little dicey if I do sneak in there and
Well,
things go wrong.
So my concern is she kind of looks through the paperwork that Curtis gave. Does it look like this paperwork came from a full mortal team that was assessing this? See, there's the problem. If this is a foundation ran by also Lucas, then can you see any kindred-related security problems? Do you have no? You shit. I realized when we were looking at the Giovanni during their court, you didn't see the ghost until it saw you. So that's my concern. I could see if there were any wards placed, but I can't do what you do.
And if there was something that could see me while I'm in obfuscate, then
Well, I mean,
we're fucked.
I don't think Lucas has that skill set, but who knows now? I meant more like you could trigger wards going through, even if mortals couldn't see you, even if our kind couldn't see you.
That's a very good point.
You could be setting off all kinds of alarms and walking into a
Booby
entire
traps.
yes, exactly. And if you're in there by yourself, even worse.
Everyone's just sitting there in the passenger seat, just like.
Eddie's just
This
trying
is
to think of like,
happening.
what the fuck is Eddie gonna do?
I mean, have you broken into many buildings? I mean, I don't mean to. I mean, it's just the company you keep. I
Yeah,
thought maybe
and like you look the type. No offense.
it's a good thing. Skill set. We're actually looking
Jesus.
for it.
No tact.
0 chill in this whole quarter.
I mean, I don't think we want this to be as painless and as streamlined as possible. I don't think Eddie does streamline.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, you got me.
Super honest.
Sorry, Eddie. So,
I want to help. I just don't know where I can fit into this plan of not trying to be confrontational, to be honest.
well, Eddie, you're the guy we call when shit hits the fan.
You also haven't asked me about how you're going to extract all of this stuff. So you're going off on a lot of assumptions about what you're walking into right now. You haven't actually asked me, like, where's it kept? What is it? What is it stored on?
Well, I'm
Well,
not
that's
going
why
to be
we
there,
were
so the
like,
less
we-
I know, the better.
We don't know if it's only physical, but it might have like backups on the computer. We actually said we don't know if there's.
But yeah, that doesn't solve the fact that you need actual blood of an elder.
Yeah, but if we had someone who can give us like, shit, Immortal's not gonna be able to tell us if there's wards, even if you did sneak in to grab it.
Yep, nope.
Depends on the
Oh.
mortal.
If it's a ghoul.
I can't make.
Well, I
one
wouldn't be able
now.
to tell that, though. I wouldn't.
Oh, but you do, because, again, you haven't asked me what specifically is in the dossier.
Okay, all right.
That's why I'm saying is, like, you guys are going off of a lot of assumptions about what's going on.
The
and
less
I'm like,
I know, the better, so I stay innocent.
that is never the word I thought of associating with you, Miss Priestley.
Innocent.
I'm trying to
writing.
cover. I'm trying
Okay,
to cover for you.
because with her purse, monster purse, she's trying to like fold out things in the car to look at it.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus. So the back seat is just becoming covered in papers.
Yeah.
Daisy is actually has a map draped over Daisy,
Oh,
who's
girl.
just sitting
Okay,
there
yeah,
with the map over her head,
Poor
just
me.
sitting there.
No.
no. Poor BB.
As, okay.
We doing some research?
yes. All right. Wait.
Well, guess what? That is a wits academics research test.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, like, that's good for her, though.
It's not research though.
Going through documents to find information
Is it?
is research.
Oh, okay. Then I get my specialty. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
It doesn't have to be research doesn't have to be wholly just like old dusty tomes.
Oh, we got mystery one again.
Two. Oh, then
That's a 4.
That's a fail. So only 2 successes.
You want to reroll?
Yeah.
Some willpower?
Oh, I reroll on. Alright.
Oh, yeah. They're not mine.
Yeah.
I mean, they just gave it to me.
2.
I'm also
I
gonna.
haven't
I mean,
played
I'm
them.
re-rolling this, but I'm not doing it on this die.
Yeah, okay.
Because fuck that.
Like this one.
Okay.
One more success. All right. So 1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
There we go. Just had to write down some thoughts so that I definitely make sure I continuity-wise stick to them.
Stick to the plan.
So 3 successes, you say?
Yeah.
So I shall pick 3 bits of information that I've written down. The Mortal Registry is held digitally. There is 2 layers of security. A digital key card for most restricted access. And a bypass. That's all it's called for anything below B5.
Bless.
you.
Thanks.
Bless you.
Bless
Bless you again.
Okay.
okay?
A third time and you're out.
Third
Third time and you no
third
longer
time
have a
you're my
soul.
wife.
Wow.
Sorry, that's a Leprechaun reference. Oh, that's
That's
so
amazing.
bad.
Wow.
It's an old reference.
That is
B5, yeah.
Below B5.
It's a very old reference.
Oh, you Irish.
That's the.
She sneezes once, she sneezes twice, she sneezes thrice. She'll be me wife.
That's
Wow. That was with
that's really
That was the
scary.
curse that he put on.
Yeah, that was with the actress from Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Things
Oh,
she
yeah,
did
I've
beforehand.
seen that movie.
There you go. Of course, everyone has to have had seen it once.
Oh, that is strange.
It's just called a bypass
Okay.
in B5.
bypass.
I'll give you. Okay, so that was
Two.
2 pieces of information. All right, third piece of information. B10 is called the Sanguinarium, and where Vitae is cataloged physically and stored on site.
Oh.
No, you don't get bingo.
What?
Kilt was bingo in chat.
Never with our coterie. We're the unlucky ones. So you said some mortals could see supernatural.
There are
Securities.
Yeah, I was talking about the fact that there are ghouls that might know of those things.
Interesting, okay.
That's obvious information any
yeah.
vampire would know. Like,
Okay, you stopped me before, and I was curious.
also, their executives are ghouled, so
Yeah.
there's nothing to say that they have not ghouled other people within the organization.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm not giving away
Yeah.
anything like that a vampire of your caliber and your power and your knowledge would not know.
Okay, so all the higher end executives would be ghouled, which means they would know who I am, and therefore I would look suspicious.
Well, yeah, so that's why you're just gonna be chilling out at the Elysium, probably.
No. We need her to
Oh, right, for baiting someone.
maybe set up a business-related meeting. Show a sudden corporate interest or something.
Yes, okay, but it would also look suspicious if something is missing or something was tampered with right after I said that to
Well,
them.
we plan to do it subtly, and also if we do it right, they won't be able to say shit because we will remove whoever gets in our way. Miss Priestley, look at this in a new, positive way. Think actions, right?
It's a high risk, high reward.
Yes.
I'm also thinking actions, but I'm also thinking of the fact that I also have to go to an Elysium and deal with this. And deal
Well, you
with
obviously
possible
couldn't be
fallout.
involved. You were at Elysium.
Wait, did you say I didn't hear that?
Sorry, Zippy.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you can't be involved if something goes missing because you're at Elysium. So,
Right, but you
we're
guys
getting-
are an extension.
Yeah, we are part of the quarter.
Well, I mean,
now.
we're trying to be subtle, right?
yes, we're getting information.
Like, I get your concern. You don't want it to come back.
I
to
just feel like
you.
it will be very... clearly, I am not very close with the Ventru. For me to express sudden interest, especially with a ghoul of a Ventru, is... when I just killed...
Reparations. Maybe you want to fix this horrible relationship you have. Get him somewhere where we can kind of talk to him, mesmerize him into telling us the information that we need, and if you're really worried about it, we wipe his memory. We
It's a
gotta do it
gesture
quickly, though.
of good faith towards the venture. You're trying to make amends and whatever.
Yeah,
heck?
what Bit said. Friends now, right? You're now a new political woman of the century.
I mean, I'm just trying to play this safe. You're the ones wanting to take the high risk, high reward, but that's fine.
I mean, the high risk would we go in there, we punch in someone's skull, hold a hostage, drag them through, get what we need, kill everyone on the way out, breach the masquerade, and then hope we get away with it. I'm
That's
saying
not really a... That's not even... That's not risk. That's like... That's just murder.
I mean,
And?
you've done it plenty of times.
I did it once.
Yeah, but you did it in such a way.
I mean, when you put it that way, it almost sounds like fun, to be honest. But
Okay,
This is
Eddie.
why...
Maybe I shouldn't have framed it like
This
that. I'm
is
sorry.
why...
Hey, God damn it.
So maybe you look
JK,
at our
I kind of
plan
agree.
as being a little more subtle, unless you want to contribute a different idea. Eddie's idea is that we go in and we murder some people.
No.
my God.
I just said your idea sounded like fun. I didn't say that.
That's fair, but my point is
And
you're not offering a
valid.
new one that's better than murder or try and infiltrate with better information.
I mean, she has a point. And I mean, if we get rid of Fernando, you won't even have to worry about the fallout because he's gonna fall out.
And you're gonna be the seneschal
Boy.
of the city.
I'm sorry, that was really
Nerds.
Trying to
Nerd.
stay a character. But like, so yeah, I mean, I could just obfuscate my way in and hope that nothing goes wrong and there's no wards and I, steal the vial of blood and walk out undetected. But that is putting my immortal life on the line.
As you turn onto your block and you're driving up the street, I'd like everybody to make wits awareness.
That's
checks.
bad.
Meh. Uh, 3 successes? Wait.
What?
Oh, is that
Zero,
a zero?
yeah, zero success, yes.
Oh, okay, so yeah, 3 successes.
3 successes.
Wow, yeah.
Well, okay, well, now I don't know how
Now you gotta
how-
match us. One of us.
Actually, well, 2 successes.
Damn it!
Aw.
I knew that would happen, though.
All of you see the shadowy figure in the center of the street, standing right in the middle.
No, no.
The dotted lines.
Oh, no.
Bit's gonna turn the brights on.
The three.
You didn't have your brights on already?
The three.
No,
well,
we're trying
the
to
3 of
rise
you who got 3 successes
Fucking alright.
see the barrel pointing down from underneath his jacket,
Oh, no.
Oh no.
and as you flip the brights on, it readies. And since all of you rolled high enough, I'm going to allow you to make full dodge checks right now.
Do we get a
Except for
bonus
me.
for being in the
No,
back seat?
all of you.
Oh,
Yeah. You also have rapid reflexes.
I was about to say,
Yeah, no.
can I
You
do
have
that?
a whole bunch of stuff that helps you. So
yeah.
you add your celerity bonus to
To
this
that.
dodge check for
Okay.
free.
So wait, so it's,
For free.
so what are the,
Well, Bit's driving. Wouldn't she
is it
pull out of the
dexterity?
way?
Hmm?
What's a dodge?
It is it's athletics,
Fuck, okay,
dexterity.
okay,
You add your celerity
Right.
celerity pool to that dice.
cool.
I do too,
That's
because I have
actually,
rapid reflexes. Okay.
Wait, sir, as beings in the back seat, can you get any bonus for something getting hit?
I'll allow you in the backseat to get a bonus.
okay,
Thank
3
you.
successes for me.
So I'll give you a +1 die.
Thank you.
Oh wait, so what? Wait, what is it again?
It's
Ooh, I'm gonna do a
dexterity and
reflex.
athletics.
I'm gonna do a willpower.
2 successes.
Take those out. Oh god, he's rolling dice.
Oh, yeah, sounds great.
2 successes.
Okay, whew. 4 successes.
All of you drop your heads as you hear the chug of what is now very apparent to be an M2 machine gun. This is a 50 caliber gun.
But I bring out the Uzi from inside my blazer.
The bullets start to rain at the car, and
Fuck, not this.
being that you guys
I drive
were
carefully too.
fast enough to duck, Delia sitting right. Oh, that's right. Roll for Daisy, please.
No, damn it, no!
What
What am I rolling for Daisy? Fuck.
You bastard.
That's 6 dice for her. Actually, she has a decent. I'm fairly sure she has a decent.
Stress.
Thing.
Does she
I
have-
forgot about Daisy.
Does she have a hunger die?
No.
Okay.
Damn it, Annie. He was
I'm-
gonna
I'm-
let her
I'm-
live.
Curtis
come
just
back.
fed her.
Now
Come back.
actually having flashbacks to Vienna.
Like for real, for real. Oh boy.
For Daisy.
Nope.
2 successes.
Okay.
It had to be good enough for Delia. It's gotta be good enough for Daisy.
Oh, you got 2?
Yeah.
Bit's headrest explodes as the bullet flies over Delia's head as she ducks.
Okay.
Bullets careen through the cabin as they shatter through the glass, but your bodies are protected by the
I need an armored fucking car.
It's not an armored car, but
No, I
there's
said I
a
wish.
lot of
I wish it
metal
was
in
a-
front. In the front of that car, there's a lot of metal in the way. There's an engine block. There's transmission. There's a whole bunch of stuff that make bullets difficult to penetrate all the way through the front of a vehicle, especially if you're in, like, let's say you were in an Escalade. Even if you're in a Lincoln Town car, you've got a lot of metal that has to travel through.
Lay low.
Lay low, Daisy.
You can feel the car shaking with each bullet strike. It's a thumping rhythm as it echoes off the concrete canyon surrounding you.
Pull over!
Shh. Well,
Fucking-
now we're going to go through the list. There is nobody currently in melee.
No.
Alright, I know what I'm gonna
There is nobody current. Well, is anybody wishing to engage in ranged,
Is the
direct
windshield
ranged
wiper-
combat?
No, I want to bring it up close and personal.
Yo, bitch
You want to
driving
blink
the
it? Okay,
car.
so that means you would be.
I'm literally gonna like open that door.
Can we?
Yeah,
Like,
he's about 60 feet away,
What?
so you would be able to do it.
Are we able to like see like what we're looking at from her lights?
The bright lights started, but then the flash of the muzzle started, and you just saw a figure in the middle of the street with a long coat, and then you saw the gun come up. You weren't
Why
able
do I
to
have a
get a
feeling?
lot
I
of it.
know.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, Miss Priestley, no.
No, it's okay. I understand what I must do.
Is the glass for the windows broken at this point?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Julia will probably grab from her purse one of her instruments and try and lean out the window and.
Okay, so engaging in ranged combat, you're trying to make it melee by blinking in.
Just a quick question. Which I know when we went to Bits, we had like a bunch of different guns that we
You kept
had.
them, yeah.
Yeah. One of them was like a submachine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I probably I don't know what I would have carried on me in person.
The MP5 probably would have been a little bit too big.
Yeah, about to say that's.
But there was a Glock 18, which is basically a pistol that can fire in 3-round bursts.
Okay. I have. Can we say that I have?
Yeah.
I have that. Okay. So I
Or
want to.
Glock 19. Anyway, there's a Glock pistol that can fire in 3-round bursts
Okay.
Oh, nice.
that
So-
she had.
Can I blink to this guy and bop him with a gun right in the chest?
He's close enough that you would be able to blink into the melee combat, and then you would stay there.
I will
but
shoot
you
him
would-
point fucking blank.
That's perfectly acceptable as an attempt. So it will be dexterity, firearms.
Hooray! I get to use my point of firearms.
You also have a point in. You have a specialty in.
Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh shit! It was pistols.
Yeah, you took.
Okay,
I
I have to write that down. I forgot to write that.
I remembered you specifically saying you were taking
pistols.
that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. It was.
So this is now melee. So he was engaged in ranged combat. So now he just gets to dodge. He doesn't actually.
Okay, so it was. I'm sorry. Dexterity and firearms.
Yes.
Okay. So that is. Okay. Oh, but I get +1 die. You said right?
For specialty.
For specialty, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's 4. Okay.
So I do that on a flat surface,
Too late.
or just on your.
Three
No,
successes.
it's
3
the
successes
3 successes.
out of 4.
But that would just.
That adds +2
clumsy
to the
ass.
damage. So you add a margin of 1 +2. So you do 3 lethal damage.
Bah!
You blink
Bop 'em.
forward
Yeah.
as you press the gun to his. Well, you go to press the gun to the forehead.
Okay.
It's a guy with a big machine gun.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
But it's in that moment that you see the glossed white cataracts and Daniel's face staring back at
I
you.
knew it. I didn't know it. I knew it.
That your hand drops
Oh, rip.
and you put 2 bullets into his shoulder
Mm.
as he drops the M2 as
Okay.
it hits the ground.
Mm-hmm.
he just stares blankly as we end today's episode.
No! Me whispers, is he dead?
I have been the Connery. With me has been
Raquel Skellington.
Davey.
Just Kevin.
Sandra Lee.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We're going to go and consume mass quantities, probably, because I think we're all hungry. And we'll see you next time.
See you guys later.
Watch the social medias to be aware of when we go live.
Yeah, for next week.
Bye.
But definitely next week. And remember, until then, to always stay evil.
Why are you always breaking our hearts, Conry?
That's what I'm good at.